Hello, On the Rockers. On this week's episode, we are bringing the drama, the boys, and the booze with the cast members from Crackle TV's Men of West Hollywood with model Murray Swanby, celebrity photographer Darren Tieste, fitness expert and cougar lover David Barta. I saw. And Andrew Christian's Nick Masc with my guest co-host, founder of Strut Nightclub and Donkey D's Bar, Luke Nero, and me, your favorite host with the sassy most. Raise a glass and let the drinks begin.
Hey.
And most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Listen to that applause. The show hasn't even debuted. I have no clue what's going to happen tonight. I just know we have plenty of vodka on hand. Buns and bows and pantyhose on the Rocks podcast, the place where we're too glam to give a damn. Okay, we're all wearing our masks. I know this. I don't drive. The courts don't allow me to drive for 4 years, so I take the train. And I'm telling you, nobody wants to cough. It's true. Nobody wants to cough in public because everyone's like, oh my God, you have COVID, right? Well, I had a little tickle on the train, so I was trying to hold it in. And the more you hold in, like a little cough, you start to sweat. And then somebody looks at me like, oh, what is his problem? So then I was like trying to hold in my cough, but like little cough out. And then I ended up making this big like farting noise with my mouth like this. And everybody's looking around like, what the hell? And then you want people to know it wasn't you being gaseous. So you want to make the sound again so people know. Does anybody else do this? And so I looked like a freak. Sorry, Amtrak. Like us on Twitter and Instagram at On The Rocks On Air. And on Facebook at On The Rocks Radio Show. Send me an email. Book me for a wedding, funeral, quinceañera, bris, or a reality TV show reunion. I'm just saying, Crackle. I'll be there. Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. The show is presented by Strut Media. You can watch and or listen to our almost 300 episodes for free at ontherocksradioshow.com. You can watch us on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, on the Outlet.tv app, Facebook Watch, streaming with pride on SVTV, and on Channel 31 on the East Coast. 4 times a week, by the way. Sorry, East Coast. The show is brought to you by fandaddies.com, bringing you the sassiest and clackiest fans and hats for pride, EDM, sassy selfies, and they're small business owned, LGBTQ business owned, so head to fandaddies.com. Also, I know how much you love my voice. Turn on your FM. You can now catch my deep, sultry voice on Channel Q FM twice a day in over 38 states with my sassy news bites representing GED Magazine and Metrosource Magazine. Pucker up, Buttercup. Check your local FM listings for Channel Q. All right, let's get this show on the road. Welcoming back my guest co-host for today. Luke Nero is Australian-born, New York-bred party promoter who made a name for himself in New York City at the original Mr. Black Club. And though he went, Betty White. Though he went to school for film and TV production, he worked on a few shows, then moved to LA. He segued back into nightlife because he felt that there was something missing from the scene. So he brought it. He conquered the West Coast with the LA version of Black and Rasputin and recently celebrated the 1-year anniversary of his nightclub Strut in Orange County. He also opened Donkey D's, his LGBTQ answer to the neighborhood bar. Please welcome back Mr. Luke Nero. Cheers, sweetie. Cheers.
I love an applause.
Of course. Now, we have to show a picture of your Free Britney mural. At both of your bar locations in Costa Mesa, California, you have put up very vibrant murals, and this is the Free Britney mural. This is as it was finishing its final touches. Do you think that you are responsible for Britney being freed?
I feel like we gave a platform. We gave a brand new platform for that to happen. So I knew it was going to be on the money regarding PR. So it garnished a lot of press before she was released, and it absolutely garnished press when she was released. So yeah, I did my job.
Well, I have to say, the other mural is of Our Lady of Perpetual Country Music, Miss Dolly Parton. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm telling you, I was born and raised in Orange County. I know the climate that still exists in Orange County, which is very, very conservative. There's still Trump booths, by the way, on streets there. Mm-hmm. No comment. And here in the middle of all of this, you have erected not only 2 very popular clubs, but also these huge murals that driving by, you cannot miss. It's like, we're here. Now, I know you have shown on Instagram that there are actually protesters that come on the daily to your venues with signs and such. As a business owner first, and also as a member of the LGBTQ community, does it kind of make you pleased that you are making a mark, or is it just a pain in the ass?
Well, I think initially I was completely irritated and just wanted to run them over with my car.
Yes.
But then as the weeks went, because they come every Sunday, church day.
The day of our Lord.
So, but there's only one spot that they can stand and protest. So we just worked out a way to park really huge vans in front of them, and that's it. So as soon as we did that, they moved on.
Well, it's funny because and I'm not putting anybody down for their religion, but they become a photo booth unto themselves, which is quite interesting.
Well, I mean, it was
celebrations.
it was one of our biggest shared stories.
Yeah.
So that kind of hate against an establishment like that, it kind of riles everybody up to come in and support.
But on the whole, the community has been very welcoming of both your venues.
I mean, I think even Nazis that live in Huntington Beach love to come to Strut. So it's just one of those counties, that you just. I'm like, okay, you go.
Hey, it's a good time. Also, in keeping with the theme, the men of West Hollywood cast and crew are coming to Luke's Strut Nightclub in Costa Mesa on Friday, January 28th, as we celebrate the debut of the show with bottle service, hot go-go boys, probably more drama, and me. Head to strutoc.com for more info. We actually have the poster from the event, which just came out today. We'll be sharing on social media. Yes!
Oh my God.
That is drama.
So cute.
Who's the seventh one in the middle?
Season 2, bitch. Let's get a fat Latino on there. Aye. I'm all for it.
we need her.
A word of warning, tonight's shenanigans are being fueled by the vodka tastings of NEFT Vodka. Pure taste, it's damn good vodka. It's vodka the way that it should be, and if anybody knows about vodka, it is me. Drank neat or with a mixer. It's amazing, produced in Austria, and it's mixed with 4 ancient rye grains, which I don't know what that means, but I know it must be fabulous. The packaging is very unique, and everybody's like, oh, why an oil barrel? It reflects the name NEFT, which stands for oil in Russia, and it's Russia's hottest commodity, we know. That and bad attitudes. Head to neftvodkaus.com for more info. Okay, we are going to introduce the cast members that are here for the Men of West Hollywood. But first, let's take a look at what to expect for this show on Crackle TV. Let's take a look.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
West Hollywood was just voted the hippest zip code in the United States in 90069. That's where it's at. Gay, straight, trans, bi. It doesn't really matter in West Hollywood.
You give 5 straight boys and 2 gay boys shots of tequila and all of a sudden becomes a twerk off.
Trashy but sassy.
There's a lot of characters.
No one cares what you like as long as you're respectful of everyone else.
The West Hollywood lifestyle is absolutely insane.
You told me this was a fetish party.
We ended up in a relationship together after he and Steven became partner. It's called a throuple.
Dude, what? This dude is thirsty.
People call me Mr. West Hollywood. I know everybody in the city.
The more you get clingy, the more I back off.
He felt hurt. You're gonna try to sit there like you're God. Get to West Hollywood.
Well, I am, bitch. How about that?
I was kind of hoping for us to be official.
I want to see other people.
I think Hannah is very, very hot. She needs a new man in her life.
This is not gonna end well.
You're like the first guy I've ever loved.
I heard you were sleeping with Nick.
3 million subscribers. Tonight is gonna be insane.
You told me you weren't seeing anyone.
We are best friends. I know
You're gonna be
that.
my best friend.
You got better options. Thank you for being here.
We all have big personalities, and we're still here for each other.
Friends, it's a family.
Only on Crackle. CrackleTV.com. All right, well, without further ado, let's introduce our cast for tonight's On the Rocks. David Barta was 2019's Mr. California and Mr. International USA, and he's been keeping the celebration going ever since. He was also a finalist, and this is the first time we talked to him on this show, for Fox's Paradise Hotel. His life, however, hasn't always been a party. He was a promising Major League Baseball. He had a promising Major League Baseball career with the Chicago Cubs, and he came to a halt shortly after the I don't even know these letters because it's straight sports MLB draft.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
well, we have so many letters, LGBTQ, LMNOP, MLB, due to a devastating in-game arm injury, by the way. He has since bounced back from his injury with notable work in print and runway modeling, and by running a successful personal training business in WeHo, very popular on Instagram for many of his assets. Please welcome Mr. David Barta.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm. Also joining us, Mr. Murray Swanby has quickly become Mr. West Hollywood in the city's booming club scene. As we know, it's the hippest city in America. As a head promoter for two of the largest gay clubs on the West Coast, his themed events have become a staple of nightlife around Santa Monica Boulevard. He's a successful underwear model, frequently shooting for Andrew Christian, Marco, and other established clothing brands. And he's made a splash when he appeared in 15 episodes of MTV's X on the Beach. And if you haven't seen it, go back and stream it. Most recently, he founded the global nonprofit Influence the World, and he serves as the organization's president. How about that? Please welcome Murray Swanby.
Super excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Andrew. Andrew.
I don't know which one of us are insulting. Also, coming to the show, Darren Tieste, reigning from Sydney, Australia, another Aussie. Darren is a celebrity photographer who has been featured on the covers of countless publications and magazines. His work includes shooting the likes of Justin Bieber, Amy Adams, Kim Kardashian, and a number of other celebrities, making him one of the most in-demand and sought-after photographers in the city. He recently co-founded the new organic skincare line called Ms. Bloom Organics. He's done extensive work in supporting brain cancer research by shooting 2 full celebrity-studded beauty books for brain cancer. He also goes the extra mile to ensure that ongoing education and success of emerging artists in the modeling and photography industries. He helps these people, except for Landon. Please welcome Darren Tieste.
Wow, thank you.
And last but not least, but maybe loudest, because he can't stay away from the drama, Nick Masc moved to LA as a result of winning the 2017 Andrew Christian Model Search Contest. He eventually became the trophy boy for the Andrew Christian underwear clothing brand, leading him to a world of social media influence and national appearances at several prominent clubs and events, very popular on social media as well. He's a thirst trap, ladies and gentlemen. It's Nick Masc. Okay, so we're going to get down to business, and if I ask a question that you don't want to answer, you just tell me it's none of your business. But stay tuned, because we are playing a round of Truth or Sip with NEFT Vodka towards the end of the show, after we get a little tipsy. I want to know, a show about pretty successful people in one of the hottest cities around, why do we need a show like this right now? Why is it so timely?
I mean... Me?
Take it away, Bill. Take it away.
You got to jump in on this show.
You're our leader. I think it just really showcases there's so many different personalities from so many different demographics and work. Like we all do different jobs in LA, you know, and we're all here chasing our dreams. That's what everybody moves to LA for. And, you know, you hope that you move down here from Montana or Florida or wherever it is, or Australia, and really make something of yourself. And I think being able to showcase some people in the city that have done really, really well for themselves really just promotes that of chase your dreams, do it, get yourself to the city, you know, pack your car up, get there, and the universe will take it over. You know what I mean?
What I really liked about watching the show is that we always see the finished product on social media. We see that perfect selfie. We see you at the nightclub with the drinks and the models and whatnot. But on the show, we have to see, or we get to see, all of the work leading up to that successful moment. And there's the business side of being an influencer. It's not just going out and party. If you don't know the business side, then you just become a silly person.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And the show too, like, it's 6 guys are the main, which is another selling point. You know, there's usually shows that it's really mixed cast, but this is a men's perspective.
Yes.
So that's what makes it really interesting and fun. And it's 3 straight boys and 3 gay boys, so they're all friends, and that's not been done before.
Yeah, I love that aspect.
Yeah, and I love that it's about West Hollywood, and everyone thinks West Hollywood, oh, gay. No, it's not just gay. It's all of the above. You know, it's everyone in here, and it shows the community as a whole rather than just the parts you see already.
Yeah. Most reality shows try to capitalize on the gay and the straight community as separate entities, and that it gets weird when they mix. There is no weird energy. I mean, there's weird energy, but it's not because of the sexuality.
Yeah.
There's no discomfort at being at a gay club or being at a straight pool party. Everybody mixes together, and I think that's the unity that we need to see, especially in today's age. And I love that from the straight guys, there's no resistance at all in partying with the guys, twerking with the guys. It's just part of it.
Absolutely. And I think that's one thing, too, about the show is I think people know that West Hollywood's on the map. People from, like, you know, the South or the East Coast, like, they know West Hollywood's a place, but they don't know what it's like. And it's unlike literally any other city in the world. I grew up 20 minutes away in Burbank, and, you know, obviously we're talking about I played sports for the first 20 years of my life. I had no clue what was in West Hollywood. You know, definitely I heard of the stigma, oh, it's a gay town. I came into it, I was like, oh my God, this is a beautiful, amazing town. Not only are there plenty of opportunities for people who want to make something of themselves, who are either from here, like myself, who, you know, before filming the show, I was trying to make something of myself, or people who are coming out. You know, there's literally something for everyone, and you can find anything that you're looking for in West Hollywood. And I think, you know, that's such a beautiful thing that people in Minnesota and Arkansas need to see, not only men of different, you know, success levels, but also different sexualities, and then just all different types of people of different genders being friends, because we're all people, and none of that stuff should matter at the end of the day.
Definitely.
Well, and Murray, to your point too, you know, living the American dream used to be you would get married and you would be able to afford a house with the one job coming in. That's not happening anymore. We know that that's not part of the American dream. But the American dream can be like what you gentlemen have done is get into what you're passionate about and what works for you and make it a business, make that the American dream. And that is a possibility from no matter what city you come from or even what class you come from. You know, obviously, we're looking at you guys now that you have hit a successful level, but there's all of that hard work leading up to it. I mean, if you go back and look at some of your early picks, like Murray, your first like modeling pick with Andrew Christian, it's totally a different.
Don't want to see it.
No. But there is this kind of evolution, and I know that people are like, oh, a bunch of pretty boys, but we're seeing that finished product, and it is hard work. And I know, Murray, you and I have talked about it. It's like, you've worked hard on your body. You've worked hard on your brand. I mean, you all have. Of course you're going to show it off. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I've worked hard focusing my lens.
When I saw what you were focusing on.
No, but it's right. But like living in West Hollywood too is expensive. So to move to this city and survive and stay here is an accomplishment, whatever you do.
Right.
And a huge part of success.
Getting out of that city
and just
that
staying.
you're in, and like, let's say you're living in the Bible Belt and the whole town, you just feel this negative energy from the town, and you're just like, I just need to get out, just like survive myself. Just getting here and being able to afford an apartment is a huge accomplishment on its own. And I think moving from a tiny little town in Montana, that already was my only goal. I just wanted to be able to survive here. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things, like you do see the finished product on, like we're on a TV show now, and I love that. But you don't see all the, like, it's years of work, years and years and years of work, and you know what I mean?
The thing is when you get here too, I mean, getting here is a battle itself, but then you've got to make your name. Then you get into the high ranks where you're like, everybody here is doing the same exact thing as you, and you just have to stand out from that.
There is that, but then there's also that element, and I think we've all experienced it. We've been successful only because other people have helped us, have made an introduction, have supported what we're doing. They've shown up to our events, or they say, hey, you should meet somebody. And yeah, it's like you guys are all doing the same thing, but nobody looks like you. Nobody has your personality. And there is the opportunity to stand out among this, but it's the hard work. And we know some of the newbies coming in, they don't want to do the hard work, and they think it's just about taking a great selfie at the Abbey one night, and that is the least of what it is to be successful. And then they disappear 6 months later. It's like, well, where did they go?
Can I just say that I'm really proud of my sister, Darren, right next to me. I've known him for over 25 years.
I didn't know you guys knew each other.
Yes, nobody knows that.
It's in the accent.
Did you guys ever...
No, God, no.
2 bottles to make it right. Okay.
I was a cocktail waiter at a club, at a cocktail lounge called Gilligan's in Sydney, and that's where... And this bitch used to come. And what was your favorite drink? Like a mudslide or some bullshit?
No, that one, the berry fabulous.
Oh, the berry fabulous, the one that got you drunk real quick.
It was so good.
Because it was
everything got me drunk back then, honey.
It was topped up with champagne to like.
Well, the pours in Australia are like baby pours.
Cup with
Are
like
they really?
berries.
Yeah. So
it was like this berry. It was like basically a smoothie with alcohol. dripped in chocolate. Who doesn't want that?
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
I was 21, cocktail waiter. I'm sure you're around that age too. But it's amazing.
No, I was like 17. I was illegal.
You're a liar.
This keeps getting better. Where's
The
this going?
shade already.
I was underage, honey. I mean, look at this face.
I was a toddler in a bar.
But I mean, coming from Australia, we literally come from a country at the bottom of planet Earth. It's a socialist. It's kind of oppressive. You know, it is an oppressive country. So for us to come out of that and to actually be sitting side by side is quite wonderful.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, it's amazing. So
Yeah.
bravo on all of that. So I'm very happy for you.
Yeah,
And
chill.
I just want to say
And
both
moving
of you.
here, for us, like I was at the top of my game in Australia when I left at 27 or 8, whatever it was. But I was already shooting Vogue. I had contracts with everyone, and I was like, I'm going to move to America. And then I literally started at the bottom.
Yeah.
So just because even though you've done all that, you still have to work your way back up to do, work with Miley Cyrus and Amy Adams and everyone I have. But like people, I stuck it out. It was years and years and years to like succeed. So that's like for all of us, like surviving in Hollywood is not just overnight success. It does take time. You do have to put the hard work in, and then you get there.
Well, Jen, I wanted to your point of view. Like we've mentioned, you have shot everybody, and you have this extensive career in the professional photography world. What is your take on the evolution of social media photography, the selfies, the filters? Obviously, it has a big place in our community and in mainstream Hollywood. As a professional photographer, what do you think about that evolution? The pros and cons?
Well, I mean, the world is ever evolving. So social media is a great new tool, and it's been around for the amount of time it has. But I love a filter. Who doesn't? So, but clients don't book you to shoot. Like for what I do, they don't ever shoot on iPhones, on the occasional TikTok, but they have a social media person. So, shooting proper photos for billboards and all that, you just cannot get the same resolution from an iPhone anyway. So it's just another great tool, and it's a great another asset. I think it's fabulous.
There's a theme in the show, I'm not going to give anything away, where it's like, this doesn't equal runway or print right away, and maybe it might not ever. You give some advice.
So mean.
I haven't seen that one yet.
But I don't think it is mean. But I don't think you were malicious in it. But the truth hurts, and we've all heard no's from many different things, no matter what you look like or whatever. And so I thought your feedback was very honest, because this is your profession. You know exactly. You might as well know right up front, hey, there's, and of course, people tell you no, and you're like, I'm going to rise above it and make it work. But there are some things that you can't overcome. And so I don't think there's any harm in just being honest with somebody when you're the expert,
Well, true, no. I mean, of course, with anyone that comes in with acting, modeling, they definitely have extensive experience with agents and managers and, like height restrictions and for sure. But that specific episode, I mean, when you see the 10 episodes, you'll see that I do speak the truth. That's definitely who I am as a person. It's probably, I'm very honest with you, and even if it brings a tear to your eye, I'm still going to tell you, because
Darren is brutally honest, and it's one of the
very,
things I love about him.
He gets joy out of
it
right now.
It's a very Australian quote. It's a very Australian.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, like we're notorious.
You've always been very just like.
We're notorious.
We don't fluff.
No, we're notorious for making people cry.
Well, like I said, he gets joy out of it. Wow. He literally is like, oh my God, I'm about to tell the truth to somebody. Watch this.
Yeah.
But what we've seen on the show, I think that's healthier, and I can build a friendship with somebody like that
sure,
because it's happening in front of my face, unlike some other cast members who do it behind your face.
Well, that's But when you speak the truth, and the reason why I can do it most of the times when I do is because it's also experience, and the situations you're talking to, they respect my experience in my career. So I again dumped the comment onto this person who you're talking about.
You guys have to watch the first episode. It's delicious.
Little Sebastian. It was just being, I just don't want to build your hopes and say, maybe, baby. No, honey, you're like, no, it's a no.
But it's not like you say you can't do this, you can't do this part of it.
Yeah.
So shift what you're doing. Change it up.
There actually is all true. And that's nowadays too. There's, model is such a loose term, but fashion model, there is requirements, there are height restrictions, and that's just what it is nowadays.
So let's talk about some of the restrictions. We know that there's been a focus on body positivity and inclusivity in the media. We know the cast of Men of West Hollywood, a big part of it is fitness, so it's a full fit cast. But with buzzwords like body positivity, with you working with models and on photo shoots left and right, do you think diversity and body positivity is actually happening in the media, or do you think it's just a buzzword?
It's absolutely happened for sure. Every client I work for, every big brand has a plus side model, you know, different races. It's definitely multicultural 100%. But 20 years ago it wasn't. It was definitely, you know, every shoot was blonde and blue eyed. So for sure, it's definitely evolved. And yeah, we book everyone. I mean, my big brands that I work with, all as body positivity for sure, yes.
I think the younger generations are like really pushing that.
They're woke.
100%.
Well, I mean, it's a term because
they're
it
woke,
exists.
but they also just care about each other,
they
and
expect
it's more like an empathetic generation, and it's so amazing to see that change. And it's like might be causing a rift in viewpoints in the world, but we need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, there are some people that are old in the older generations that are mad about, you know, oh my God, how are they making $10 million a year at 18 years old by posting on Instagram or TikTok? And it's like, that's just what it is.
But if that was your kid paying your house
bill,
bill,
happy about it.
And there are older people that are making money. It's like, how do you make it work? But you're right. This is what this generation is doing for this.
And they're supporting each other and the whole thing, and supporting every like shape, color, gender, everything. You know what I mean? It's just such an inclusive generation, and it's just really nice.
Well,
to see, I
acceptance
think.
has evolved like hugely over the last few years, but it's still got a long way to go. But we're definitely on a great path.
Yes,
you know,
I think we have a very long way to go.
We got a way to go.
But we're on a great path.
Yeah. Like, you know, well, okay. Let's talk about kind of evolving ourselves and changing. David, when you and I first met, it was hot off of Paradise Island.
Right.
What happened? You were this nice, innocent guy on TV. Now you've evolved to this party boy playa with a penchant for older women. But how did this evolution kind of happen?
You don't think I'm innocent and nice still?
I think that you're nice.
Oh, false.
No.
I haven't been to church in a minute. That's...
But that doesn't mean you're nice. Believe me, I know plenty of church people that are not
mean
kind.
innocent.
But you really have changed. Do you think it's part of the influence, or this is who you always were, and now you don't have these boundaries, so you're kind of going way to the other side?
I don't know what you mean by way to the other side, but you know, yeah, I think we talked about years ago that I did grow up in a very, very conservative upbringing that really limited any time. I remember several specific examples.
Closer to the microphone, Speedy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I remember growing up and saying some things to my mom and dad, like, oh, I feel this, or I think this should be this way, and that was always kind of shut down. And me just not wanting to be in trouble and wanting to follow the rules. Like, I'm like, hey, as long as my school's good, my baseball's good, and I'm behaving like everything's all good. All of that pretty much got thrown out the window when, you know, I got injured and my promising like professional career was just ended at the flip of a dime.
I can't imagine what that would feel like when that's what you prepared for your whole life, and it was a very clear career path. It wasn't like, oh, someday. This was actually happening, and from one day to the next, that's taken away from you by something that is not your fault.
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly still have a lot of dreams about it. It's still to this day, like, I can still remember that it's the most sickening feeling in my stomach to have what feels like everything that you had and everything of yourself just instantly gone. In a moment, I was like, who am I? What do I do? What do I like to do? I had no idea. And, you know, less than a year later, I'm, you know, doing a reality show, having no idea what I'm doing on Paradise Hotel, and coming out of that, and then coming into the Men of West Hollywood, being around people who are from different crowds and are saying, you can do what you want, you can be who you want. And that was exciting. It was definitely overwhelming. I felt like I had all this freedom, and I was like, how far should I go? How far can I go? And I definitely baby stepped it, but, you know, reverting back to your original question, how do I go from one thing to the other? I think in the past couple of years, I've really just been evolving into David. I feel like growing up, I was always, you know, unfortunately enough, John and Peggy's son, and now I'm actually becoming David, and I like him. You know, I've really gotten the interesting and crazy opportunity to really learn more and become myself in front of a bunch of people on TV.
And we've seen that shift on your Instagram. You know, of course, we all check out your pictures for many different reasons, but your tone has changed, your point of view has changed, where it's I feel like you're not catering to an audience anymore, you're catering to what you want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As I've grown my fitness business, you know, and my background is in psychology, I've gotten to, you know, kind of have those two worlds collide, talking about this is how I actually feel. Like, no, I've been pre-diabetic before. I've been overweight before. I've been told by modeling agencies and photographers, you're too big, and not in a like.
Why is it?
Darren, I was having a moment.
Older people and technology, I swear.
I put it on silent.
It's like, how do I turn it off?
Can I ask a question?
The language barrier.
How come it still works when it's on silent though?
You're not alone in being like somebody who's going to enter sports and then having that dream taken away like that before you even hit your mark.
Sure.
Not everybody can pivot or adapt or evolve straight off the mark, and it seems like you've done that. What separates you from other people who cannot do that?
Well, one thing was for sure, as much as I don't agree with them about a lot of things, I did have a lot of support from my family, you know. Thankfully enough, my parents live close to my college. They were actually at the game where I got hurt.
Oh my God, I can't imagine as a parent watching
and
that.
I remember I went into the locker room and texted them. I was like, it's done.
Right.
I can't feel my arm. Like, it's over. Really, for me, honestly enough, like my dad lost his job around the time a little bit before I blew out my arm, and my mom came to me saying, you know, you have to get a job. You need to start making money for us. And this is a very vulnerable moment in my past, and I don't feel like I've really shared that too much before. But that was one thing: is I had an obligation to my family that I had to do. In a way, I was kind of happy that I was like, okay, I kind of mentally have to put my emotions aside and help my family out, as much as I really, really, truly struggled with my mental and emotional health for a year and a half after that. And there's a lot of times where I feel like I should have gone and talked to someone and I didn't. I feel like, some of those issues that I struggled with after getting hurt and just kind of losing myself in a lot of ways progressed way longer than they probably should have. And I really feel like up until this past year, 2021, I feel like I was really able to let some of those things go, not only with baseball, but a lot of other really, really personal moments that really affected me that I haven't really spoken about.
I applaud that, because it's not everybody can pivot that quick, and you can just go into a pool of depression. So bravo to that. It's amazing.
Yeah. And I think the culture is shifting where it's okay to talk about your mental health. It's okay to talk about depression, especially after COVID. We've all suffered on some level. And we know the LGBTQ community has definitely suffered, especially our trans community. And so it's okay to say, I need help, or I'm not doing well today. And I think it's getting a little better, even on social media. We all want to put our best foot forward, but sharing that story, you never know who's also going to be like, you know what, it's going to be okay. If this person can shift and pivot, like you said, then so can I in life. Because we know life never happens the way we think.
No, absolutely not. Once again, I feel like my tone on social media has definitely changed, because I've really changed. I stopped, like you said, trying to cater towards really like my parents and like the Baptist Christian community. I started speaking about how David feels, which has been such a freeing experience, especially being around all my friends here, whether they're gay, straight, guys, girls, everything else in between. It doesn't matter.
Let's talk about when the show was announced and when the trailer for Men of West Hollywood has been announced. The blogs, every time it was just comments. And David, in doing research for the show, I read all these comments because I wanted to know what people were saying.
Never read the comments.
No, but I can't.
Those are the best part.
That's like the number one thing about reality TV.
Read.
Never
read
the comments. Just don't.
Well, that's for you though, but I think for journalists, always read those.
Oh, of course. That's where it's like, there's still the focus, even from Paradise Island, years after, there's still the focus, of course, gay men want to claim that booty for themselves. I mean, there's so much speculation continually about your sexuality. Does that get annoying? Because you are an ally for the community. You are in the community. But, I mean, continue question.
And that booty's in the community.
I didn't know that we were going to talk about this.
It's on the rocks. We're talking about it all.
I'm uncomfortable.
Doesn't your ass have like a separate zip code?
Does it?
It has its own LPSG, I'll tell you that much.
You don't have to tell them about our relationship. It's fine. It's fine.
I think humans.
Well, girl, is there anybody you have
question.
I think there's an.
there's an
older generation that's like gay or straight, and I think everybody in the younger generation, going back to the younger generation being so open with everything, everybody's on a spectrum. They don't even consider themselves anything.
That has definitely changed.
It's like maybe I'm 9.5 out of 10 on a Richter scale of gay to straight, or maybe I'm wherever in between, but nobody really even identifies as one of the
You're
other.
100.
I'm a 12.
100%.
Obviously.
Between 1 and 10, you're like flipping
Don't
the
put
15.
him in a box. Let him be.
I just
But
like
it
to.
seems it seems so old-fashioned for gay men to still be so thirsty and to continue to talk about it
Hey,
over
it's
and
not
over.
gay
like, don't we
men.
have
It's
other
straight men
things?
too. Calm down. Calm
All
down.
of
It's
it.
all men. All
Straight
men are
just
thirsty.
as
All men are
thirsty.
thirsty.
I mean,
The straight
you
men
seen
he's made
his
out with are like,
Instagram?
was that gay?
I feel
Have
like
you
I'm.
watched
I feel like
David
I've been.
Squats on
I feel like
Instagram?
I've been pretty mild on my Instagram compared to a couple of years ago.
No,
when
there
we
are
were
definite
Same.
posts. I'm just like, well, I
Okay,
wonder what that
should
was
we,
for.
Should we
Like
do a little
what?
thirst trap vote?
Should we just look at your last few posts?
Go ahead, pull them up. Those were educational.
I've seen things bouncing. I've seen things
Educational.
bulging. I've seen it all.
I can't help the way that I
sucking
look.
on a dildo is that
You can't
the
help
reason
the
I follow
size
you,
you
actually.
buy.
Suck it on who's what?
I follow you for the bulging and the bouncing. Just gonna say.
I'm gonna.
So keep it up.
You're my friend, and I'm still
appreciate that.
There you go. Thank you.
appreciative.
Thank you, Murray.
Addressing people that have a lot of comments to say, Murray, during the season, we see you have to defend what it is that you do and your role in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
What do you want to address once and for all? Some of the misconceptions about you that you just want to put out there and be like, this is what it is. This is who I am. This is what I do.
I mean, I just feel like it's never-ending misconceptions, and a lot of people thinking they know your life from seeing it on.
And a lot of it's jealousy. Let's just be honest.
For
and
sure.
a lot of that. Yeah, for sure.
I'll tap into that. Go.
Right. I mean, I'm a club promoter. I'm an event producer. So it's my job to get a lot of people to a bar and make sure that everybody that comes to that bar has a lot of fun. So,
And I'm going to tell the audience that's not familiar with West Hollywood, being a club promoter in West Hollywood is not giving out 4 free drink tickets to your friends and then sitting in the corner of a bar. I mean, high-level bars, high crowds, high expectations, top-name performers. This is the level.
Generating tens of thousands
Yes.
of dollars every weekend. Like,
Yeah.
that's your responsibility. So continue.
And
I'll
a
tap
million hangovers.
a million
Girl,
hangovers.
the minute you get to a certain
and-
age,
And I've
It's
seen him
not
sit.
good.
And I've seen him sit before a night. He'll sit on his phone for the whole 12 hours and just text people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
All
Get your
day
ass
before a
here.
night.
Well,
Text
true.
here. Hey, and responds to every
and
single
I
person.
as a
On
like
Grindr,
I,
but still
I,
it's
I still I still promote as a
texting.
club owner, but I'm a club owner. But I understand
The hustle.
but people cannot stand the fact that you make more than a week's worth of money in a 3-hour period on a Saturday night, and you get to lay by a pool for the rest of the week. I think that
but it's working for the rest of the week, too.
no,
though.
of course, but all
the
they
pool.
see is that you're just in a room having fun, right? So you're completely judged on that, and it's just like, well, for me, I learned. Well, bad luck. That's my 3 hours of work for that week. If you have to slave behind whatever, that's your
Yeah.
reality. But my reality is I throw parties for a living and I make really good money, and that's how it is.
And I'm
So-
gonna be ashamed of
and I make people,
flaunting it.
and I make sure
Absol-
people have fun coming. People come to my
absolutely.
parties because it's fun as fuck.
Of
And that's
course.
just the
But
end of
both-
the story.
So that's
So
I
it's
feel like
half-
you
jealousy
either
is
work
half
at
the problem.
8 to 5 or a 9 to 2, and it's the same either way.
Well,
you
whatever
know?
hours you've both worked hard at it to get where you are and to
Right.
earn the money. You don't just walk in. You both
No,
didn't
Yeah,
just
you
correct,
can't just have
correct,
it promoted.
correct.
You
Nice.
both
It's the
work
10
very
years
hard
of
in
prep
that
work and
industry to
And it's
get
networking.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, forever networking. Honestly, my life is forever networking. Whether I'm going to the gym or
It's
whether
all
I'm,
of our lives.
whether I'm going right, it is, and
It never
that's a
stops.
huge thing of LA too. Just networking. Everything. Everybody is a new business venture or
Correct.
or a new client or a new.
And that's in
anything.
all aspects of entertainment business, even podcasting. I know a PR rep who knows this PR rep, and
It's
you
in
get this
every
celebrity, you get this
every
celebrity.
every
When-
industry.
Yeah.
And it's fun as fuck. Like, honestly, it's great. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love what I do, and I think it's amazing. I'm blessed with the job that I have created and manifested for myself, and I'm happy about it. So, I mean, people can hate all they want, but I mean,
Well, they're not
catch up.
paying your bills.
How about that?
But they're going to watch
How
you.
about that?
How
Well,
about that? Oh
they
my
technically
God.
are paying
that
your
one
bills.
episode, I was like, okay. Crackle TV. How about that? That's the new tagline.
It's like I always say, just,
Crackle's like, could I buy that from you?
I always say,
Trademark. How about that?
just bathe in that hate, honey. Just bathe in it like it's like moisturizing cream. That's what I used to
But
do.
also turn it around too. I think, like I said on the show, people are going to see the hard work that goes into it, and then the reality, reality TV is actually going to kick in, and so there's going to be, I think, a different level of respect there.
Right.
It's how to turn that hate energy into something positive by, the best way to show revenge or refute something is to be successful at
They're
what
still
you're
going to
doing.
watch the haters anyway, so there's always going to be haters. That's life.
Oh,
but they're all going to tune in even if they don't like.
But they're your biggest fans. You know, they're the ones that
They pay
comment
attention more
and
than anything. They're like,
they're
what do you post now?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my god, he's posting
Oh
this.
my
Let
God,
me
he's-
comment bad things about it.
Oh my God, he's got clothes on. No, he doesn't.
Pointed.
It's see-through. But Murray, let's talk about. I saw something on your social media starting a few months ago. You actually have started using the influencer platform. You have started kind of a philanthropic endeavor.
Yeah. I've actually always been really, really driven by philanthropy. But
I've heard you give and give and give.
Gift to West Hollywood.
Oh, that's true too. But
He
also,
spreads it around, folks.
I mean, us, Nick.
yeah, honestly,
We're getting there, believe me.
Episode 8. 7.
How about episode?
How about episode 1 through 10? Okay, of my life.
That's all I'm saying, honey.
How about minute 3?
Oh,
my God, save.
Yeah, do you know, honestly, okay,
I
so
was
I had a lot of free time in quarantine, and I was like, do you know, the first part of quarantine, you know, obviously depression hit a lot of people. I'm used to being out. I'm a social butterfly. I love being around my friends. It comes back to the promoting thing. I just love what I do. And it was sad not to see my friends, you know, locked in a house. You don't see anybody. And I was like, what can I do with all this free time I have in my life? And I'm like, I've always wanted to start a charity, a nonprofit. And I've talked about it for almost like 2 years at that point, because I had gone on a trip to Vietnam with one of my very close friends for 7 days. During those 7 days, we went to a different orphanage every day and brought money and supplies. And I got back and I was like, oh, I just want to do that for a living. And then it kind of like got put on the back burner, in the back of my mind even, because I'm busy with nightlife and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, I have all this free time. What am I doing with it? What's the one thing that I've always said, what if I had more time? What would I do? And I was like, I want to start a charity. So during quarantine, I started a global nonprofit. And it is using also the power of social media, because, you know, social media also gets a bad rap. People get a huge following and people start hating. It's just the everything you go through with social media. The more people that follow you, the more hate you get.
But it's also a free marketing tool for small businesses. It's a free marketing tool as well. So it's done well for businesses.
Right. But I'm like, you know, I have this huge social media following. I have this big magnification, and I want to do good with it. So the nonprofit's called Influence the World, and it takes social media influencers on small groups of social media influencers to underprivileged communities around the world, and brings money, supplies. We're going to do some school builds. We're going to build a community library.
Very cool.
Every different country has its own needs, so everywhere we'll be doing something different. And we had an amazing launch, and since then we've had so much coming in and so many places being like, we would love you to come here, we would love you to come here. And again, it's networking. And then somebody's like, oh, I'm already working at this place in India. Oh, I'm working here with the Philippines. I'm doing this. How can I help you drive your nonprofit to this area? So it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. I'm super excited about it. Our next trip is going to be back to Vietnam. We just went to Tijuana last month. Our next trip is Vietnam, and we'll be doing a 7-day trip of the first trip that I ever took.
Well, I love it. And you shared some of the pictures from Tijuana. You took influencers, some that are famous and some that are not.
It's okay. Everybody, it's okay.
Talking
Everybody,
about Nick like that. That's so
honestly,
fun.
everybody has, you know, pull and gravitation and social media.
I'm just teasing.
But it's, yeah.
But it is using that power of an influencer. We ask, you know, what is an influencer's job? This is such a great way.
Yeah.
And I had a really good time at your launch party.
Did you come? I
Wasn't invited. Remember I texted you? I was like, looks like a fun party. And you're like, oh, my fingers were tired. I couldn't text everybody.
Did you?
Murray has the worst excuses for not responding.
Oh my God!
It was so ridiculous. I texted you the next day, remember?
Responding.
And you're like,
you did
sorry,
text me the
babe.
next day.
I have arthritis in my thumb.
Well, that's because these non-famous people came.
Hit other people's text.
Okay, so let's kind of lighten the mood. But where can people go find out, and where can they support?
Okay, so Instagram is influencetheworld_org, and everything else is just influencetheworld.org. Check it out. Stay
and this
tuned.
is just the beginning. Look what you already did. Can
We've
you
only
imagine?
done one thing. You know, we're setting up our second fundraiser right now. We're setting up our second international trip right now. And we have 3 more international trips on our burners. We're kind of like lining them up. So it's going to, I mean, honestly, it's going to do a lot.
And I can see this kind of going to like franchises. So like the influencers in Miami do something and then, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely want to branch out.
Kind of go there. So we have to talk about another theme of the show. And I got so many questions. about this. We have to talk about you and Nick Masc, which is an ongoing theme in this season. And I'm just like, I saw X on the Beach, and this is X on the Beach like times 10. So some of the comments that I'm going to repeat is, you do seem to play with Nick Masc a lot.
I do.
Playing with his feelings, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that a little
like
cruel?
you said, I do.
It's a cute toy.
Is that a little cruel to play with somebody that, feels a certain way? And
I mean, I don't feel like I play with people's feelings. I feel like I keep it pretty blunt and honest and forward about how I'm feeling and my expectations of things. And I'm just very honest. I just say what I feel. This is blunt. This is just real. Take it. Once I give you that information, you can process it. Maybe that's what you guys were talking about, the Australian mindset. I'm just going to tell you how I'm dealing with things, or this is just what I feel. This is my truth.
But blunt is very short. And blunt is not a conversation. Blunt's not communication. Blunt is a statement with a period at the end.
But
blunt is, this is how it is, period.
No means no, honey.
But okay, I'm just going to put it out
no,
there.
Sweetie,
You seem to say, I don't want this, I don't want this, but then your actions are like, come back to me, like...
I cannot want. I
Catch me.
cannot
It's
like
come back
maybe
to
not
me.
want a boyfriend, but still want to have sex with you.
But there's so many guys in West
Come back, but then leave when we're done.
I don't have a boyfriend.
But there's so many guys in West Hollywood that you can do that with. That are
Hey,
not-
I'll be 100% honest. To get him to commit to having the boyfriend title was I had to twist his arm. This was
I think it was his arm, sweetie.
Are you boyfriends?
I had to force him into it. I was like,
You had to
look,
force him? What?
I was like, yeah, no, it was a forceful thing. I was like, hey, I got to get this title before you want me to come out.
So I got this comment on the other side. It's like, Nick, why can't you leave Murray alone?
Oh, because he was my first love.
Wow. So you don't think you're
Murray,
playing
does that
with
make you feel
feelings
anything?
Like that?
Murray, does that make you
If
feel
somebody
anything?
said that to me, I'd block them on everything and
Murray,
never see them.
We already went through that phase.
But he knows that he's in love with him and he's still playing with him.
Murray's a
It's not
heartbreaker.
playing with him.
Murray, are you still playing with Nick in any sort of the matter?
We haven't gotten the truth or slip yet. Just
First of all,
Let's
I
let
still,
them watch season
once
1.
I have feelings for somebody, I always have feelings for somebody. So
I'll admit to that.
It's
He
perfect.
will. That is a fact.
So
We
do
make
you
sometimes
want-
you have to make a
Yeah, but
clean
that's
cut.
for everybody. You're not alone in that concept.
yeah, but I'm just more promiscuous with it.
Yeah, no, you're
So,
just
like-
promiscuous.
And you're not alone in that either.
So-
girl.
I mean, when I'm single.
Blunt about it.
Can we clarify? By having feelings, does that mean you can still have sex when you choose?
Well, that depends on your relationship.
Well, I'm just
Depends
getting
who
my
you are.
I mean, I think we know a lot of
just
people.
want
I mean, I
Clarification.
still have sex with
Yeah.
a lot of my exes, so I don't know. Just know what it is.
Yeah, but I don't
I
think
do
that-
not.
I have
So that's-
never done that.
Wow.
Never?
Well, and David,
Never.
You can kind of speak to this of when it's time to just cut it and be like, we're done, let's move on, or when you just keep it
So the entire comment section is justified, apparently. Is that what we're
Yeah.
saying?
So yeah,
you have
you're
Team
probably
Murray
right.
and Team Masc, But you have kind of dealt with this in your life as well. It's like, when do you just say, this is never going to happen, let's just...
Alex, I'll put it this way. How many exes do I have? I think I have 3 actual relationships, and all 3 of them are married. So I hope that answers your question. They moved on. And I didn't get invited to the wedding, so...
Order
You
the
need to
threesome.
swap over to gay because they have 3 in a week, honey.
Well, a week, a day.
I feel like I should date you
Easy.
so after I can get married as well.
Oh, there we go. I knew it was going to come.
What was that movie? Good Luck, Chuck?
Yeah.
That's literally my
Come
life.
on.
That is literally
Come
my
on,
life.
David. Oh.
I think I'd go. I
So
have to go
tough
down the
being
line. I have to
pretty
go to
and
Murray
straight.
first, then I
Oh,
have to make my way
no,
down.
come on.
I told Murray he'd be my first.
Okay. Wow.
That's actually a question I have later. Okay, so, but we do have a surprise guest. We have a psychic here who actually has done your reading and your reading, Murray.
Yes.
And so please welcome a surprise guest, Mr. Psychic Roy Tomko. Hello, Roy.
Hi, Roy.
Hi.
How is everybody?
Good, good, good.
How are you?
Okay, so you have read both Nick Masc and Murray Swanby. I know you can't, disclose intimate details, but do you feel that either one of these gentlemen spiritually are ready for a relationship, looking for a relationship, or is it in their future?
So, I can tell you this much. I think spiritually they are both evolving and healing on multiple different levels. So I think that's really, really great. I want to say that Maybe one more than the other a little bit.
Which
but
one?
Yeah.
That's a no.
You can say it out. I'm okay with you just talking it up.
This one.
I'm gonna say I think Nick is a little bit more ready for.
Oh.
Oh. I ain't psychic,
Murray-
and I could have
Murray
told you that,
likes
honey.
to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah. I'm still building my empire.
Now, do you see a different?
How many more?
Do you see do you see a future for Murray in relationship-wise, or is the focus going to be career?
No, I do see a future and relationship for Murray, absolutely 100%. But I think right now his main focus and where he is, I mean, he spiritually evolved so much, and I think it's really great. And I'm going to tell you that he's really focused on determination, hard work paying off, and that's where his goal in his mind really is right now, right? So it's really hard to kind of deviate yourself a little bit when you are really with your mind on one direction.
Roy, do you happen to have your oracle cards with you?
I do.
Would you mind, and if it's totally inappropriate, please tell me it's not appropriate. Would you pull a card for each gentleman from the men of West Hollywood?
I have no problem doing that. If all of them are open to a card and a message, I have no issue doing that.
Can I get a card?
I'm down.
Is he about to use the
I'm
force?
definitely down.
Yes.
I would love a card.
Let's go.
Yes, everyone can get a card. As long as everyone says they would like a card,
Yes,
I'm okay with
please.
doing that.
Yes.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, let's start with Mr. Nick Masc.
Mr. Nick Masc. Okay, perfect.
I'm excited.
Nick, you got hold your vision. So this card's letting you know right now that it's about staying on course, not deviating from the path that you're currently on. Hold the vision, right? Don't get distracted. Don't let others influence or tip in your ear any which way possible.
Keep posting booty pics,
Right?
baby.
So you have a lot of
Keep 'em
vision.
coming.
You have a direction that you're headed in, right? And I know during our reading, we spoke about it a little bit. So it's just about staying on that course and making sure that you don't deviate from that, right? So that's kind of the card, and that's the message for you right now. So it's just reminding you again from that reading that there's a lot in the future coming your way. And if you stay on the course and you look at things with a broad perspective, you will get the outcome that you truly do deserve.
You're a star, baby.
Yay, on a roller
Hey, good
coaster
for
up.
you.
Ew.
How about that? Okay.
How about
All right.
How about
Darren Tieste.
Who's next?
Darren Tieste.
Hey, next to Nick.
Hi, Darren. How are you? Nice to meet you.
You too.
Darren, you got a win-win outcome is forecasted for you, right? The moon in Libra. This is letting you know that no matter where you put your mark, no matter what you touch, win-win outcomes always tend to work in your favor. So this is a time for growth for you, right? To continue to move forward and to ride on the energy currently that you are currently giving out, right? So endeavors and opportunities that are being presented right now, know that they can only go in your favor. The win-win is always going to be there for you. So take advantage of this time and ride the wave.
Thank you. Winning.
Get out of free
Winning.
winning.
I love
These are
winning.
fun fortunes. Okay.
I
Luke,
I'm
you will die.
obsessed with-
It's been really good stuff
That's
so
mine.
far. So, like, is there like a shit twist for Murray and I? Is that what's
Well,
about to happen?
you'll have to stay tuned.
There's a death card in there somewhere, David.
Let me know where to send the check, honey. You're great.
And how about for Mr. Luke Nero?
Oh, Luke's on.
Yes, Luke Nero. Luke Nero, don't let your past hold you back. This is letting you know that it's a time about releasing things, right, from the past that might be still in your aura, in your subconscious mind, right? We don't want to carry harboring these feelings, right? We have to heal and move forward. As we heal and move forward, it would allow us to release. So this is just letting you know that release, do not carry those feelings forward, and relinquish people, situations, opportunities that may not be serving you. You don't want to carry that energy into a new year. So this is the time for you to kind of clean house so that you can move forward. All right, and the doors of the universe will open up for you.
Wonderful. Love hearing that.
Does that mean no more Latin Sundays?
It's a successful night, bitch.
I'm teasing, girl.
You see, there was a slight
Wow, what?
A
It's
slight
not that kind of show.
Thank you.
of disappointment in that one. I feel like it's like a little chain reaction right here. It's gonna go.
Hey, it deals with the energy that you put out. How about for Mr. Murray Swanby?
Oh, I put out all the
100%.
energy, baby. All the energy.
Give it,
Murray, are
give
you
it,
ready,
baby.
Murray?
I'm ready, babe.
Murray, oh, you got a good card. Wow.
Now I'm scared.
That wasn't.
Your hard work is paying off. This is acknowledging right now. The universe is telling you that all of the energy, all the hard work, all of the sweat and tears that you put in, right? It's being recognized by the universe. So this is a thank you. This is showing gratitude and appreciation for what you're doing. You're also giving back, right, with your new project of Influence the World. So this is also a way for the universe to tell you that all of this energy that you're putting out is coming back to you in a great way. So be open to new opportunities and more experiences coming your way. All of the seeds that you planted up until this point are now starting to blossom and will give you what you truly do need.
Oh, I love that.
And what better way with the debut of Crackle TV's Men of West
Literally
Hollywood?
right on
Yeah.
point.
That's a really good one.
All right,
One,
and
two, three, four, like,
and
really
one
good
more
ones
from
in a
Mr.
row.
Barta.
Death card.
Okay.
You die.
Your butt will fall off.
Which direction?
You got luck is on your side.
Great.
So this is letting you know right now that luck is on your side, and luck has always been on your side. So there has been much difficulty in your endeavors to get to where you are right now, but you always manage to get out of things and see the brighter side of things, right? So this card is recognizing from youth to now, luck has always been on your side. Even though you may have not always felt lucky, know that every situation that you've gotten yourself out of, there has been some type of angel or some type of guardian there working you and helping you, providing you the luck you need to get to where you are today. So this is an acknowledgement to you to know that you have luck, right? And don't ever think that you are unlucky, that you have that luck with you, okay? And you'll continue to carry that with you as you move forward.
I love that, Roy. To be honest, I was just looking at that arrow going towards a big old hole. That's what I was looking at the whole time. And so luck is on your side. It's
Way
coming.
to keep it spiritual, David. Wow.
Sorry.
It's hot.
But yes, very true. Yeah,
You could
very
have
true. I've been very
She's
blessed.
such a thirsty bottom.
I saw Sagittarius and then pointing thing towards the hole.
Any
Next
holes
card.
are gold.
Are you a
honey.
Sagittarian?
I am a Sagittarius.
I'm a Sagittarius too.
When's your birthday?
Oh, wait.
The
1, 2,
17th.
3, December
Oh,
4th.
Sagittarius.
17th.
So wait, you're a Sagittarius, right?
Yes,
so
that's
here's
me.
what's funny. The card that you got is the new moon in Sagittarius on top of that.
Oh my God.
So this is
What does that
actually
mean?
acknowledging that.
It means it's.
There you go.
What's the new one in Sagittarius?
Which kind of makes
What's that
sense.
down?
We talked about the tragedy you had, but it's turned into this different
Depression.
career.
Oh, yes.
Well, no, but you came out of it. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
very
light at the end
true.
of the tunnel.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to look at the bright side.
Very true. Thank you, Roy.
I actually had Roy did a full
Yeah.
reading for me the last time you were in LA, and it was so powerful. He like my cousin who died when he was 22 came through, and I never got to say goodbye to him, anything like that. I didn't know anything really about his death, and he literally told me all these things that I didn't know, and I called my mom and asked her all these questions, and everything was.
Wow.
She's like, "How did you know that?" She's like, "How did you know this?" And I was like, I just learned it. I literally just learned it, but it was so powerful and it was so amazing. And I just think you're such an amazing human.
Right.
Thank you so much, Murray. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Listen, I was a surprise guest. I had to keep my mouth quiet. Alex had reached out to me. I just was with him.
Because I knew you read them both. I was like, let's get the tea.
I know. He was like, we need him on here now. I was like, okay, great. Here I come. So I was like, it was so great. Alex, I'd like to pull a card for you if you don't mind. I know I pulled one earlier for you.
Yes.
But let's see what's in the cards for you. You mind?
Sure.
You want a card?
Sure.
You look a little hesitant.
Yes,
you look
I
a little
do.
hesitant, Alex.
I know,
It's been a day.
He got a little nervous. He's nervous. He's like, I got a good one before.
So
let
when
me
it starts
get-
with vodka.
Get out of jail free card.
That doesn't need a psychic. Even Helen Keller knows.
Now, this is ironic. You remember the card I pulled for you
Yes,
earlier?
yeah.
What you got now? Take time to breathe.
From alcohol.
Oh, it's a moon.
Yeah. No, but it goes in line exactly what happened earlier today. We happened to do a reading earlier, and that's.
You cannot make this up, right? This is letting you know that you still need to remember, right? So it's a resounding message for you to rest, rejuvenate, and take time for yourself. You truly do need it.
Thank you, Roy, and thank you for everything you do for our community
Thank
and outside the
you.
community. The
you.
positivity you share. Roy, give everybody your website because you can look up everything there.
Yeah. So my Instagram handle is @celebT10, CELEBT10. So it's right over here on the bottom. And then I have my link tree, and then you can follow, and you can find me at Spirit Talk with Roy. You can book a reading. I have a YouTube channel, TikTok. I'm all over the place now, and it was so fun connecting with everyone. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful.
Love
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay, thanks, Roy.
Thank you, Roy. And Roy is actually returning to On the Rocks next week. We're doing a whole psychic theme next week, so we have a bunch of psychics, and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So thank you, Roy.
Wow.
Make sure you watch Men of West Hollywood. Crackle TV.
I got Crackle. I'm ready to go. Thank you so much. Good seeing you, everyone. Bye,
Love
Murray. Bye,
you.
Nick.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because we're going to play Truth or Sip with NEFT Vodka, by the way, when we come back. And we're back. Okay. This is how we do. Okay. So here's the name of the game. Tony, go ahead and get us into it.
It's time for Hot Topics on the Rocks with Alexander.
Now,
Pour yourself another.
sorry, brain foul. We're not there yet.
Oh.
But that was cute. That was a little preview. We're going to do a little Truth or Sip.
Truth or Sip on the Rocks with Alexander.
Here.
You need some more?
That's what I'm saying.
The full-
All right, so here's the game. You're going to get your little NEFT shot glass and fill it with a little vodka.
Okay.
I filled
You
mine.
know, my favorite part.
Here's the name of the game. So you either have to tell us the truth, or you have to take a sip from your glass.
Just straight vodka, not the
Yeah,
the mix.
It's truth or sip, not.
Alex, it is.
And just so you know, Crackle's here, like, watching us, like, don't you fucking say that. Just kidding. They're like,
Say what?
"Don't you be saying anything.
Say what?
over
Are you
there."
scared?
Say what?
Are you scared?
Okay, truth or sip. Darren, you're first.
Oh.
Who is a celebrity that you have shot that you would be okay with never shooting again?
No, say it. Oh,
You got that coin. You gotta watch his bag. He has to watch his bag.
Well, if you're never going to shoot with
fair,
them
that's
again, you
fair.
might as well
You
just
should
lay
ask
it
me who
up.
the
No,
best
that's-
ones. I can't say that. But
You don't want to shoot. You don't.
I know.
Okay,
Next.
Darren, of the group, the full cast, not just who is here tonight, who has the most potential to be a high fashion print model? If you had to pick somebody.
None of them.
You have
Nobody.
You have
He's
to pick
gonna
one.
drink again.
Say
He's
yourself.
gonna drink again.
Come on, where's that brutal honesty?
That's right.
Because I'm just going through everyone, but it's a no for all for a high fashion model.
But if you had to, like if you had one, like Henry Higgins and My Fair Lady, there's one that you
So
have
if
to.
I had to
transfer.
pick one because like the world was going to explode, it would be David.
Blow me, Murray. No,
I'd have
yes,
to- we'd have
please.
to, like,
After
she'd have
the
to
show
starve-
or now?
But he would have to starve himself for like a year and be like, like, wafy for Paris Fashion Week.
I am a big girl.
I can get
Big
in
girl
there.
bum.
But,
And maybe
you know.
fix those eyebrows.
Wow,
Like
they were
my
coming
mom.
for you. First of all, you look great.
Thank you, Murray.
And your body's killing it right now. If
Hands
you-
off. Calm down.
If you guys
I'm not
haven't
gonna be
seen-
part of your empire,
Oh,
Murray.
they're just excited. He's
With
just
everybody,
excited.
Just get a little closer. You look really good.
Darren, again, of the group, who has the least potential to be a high fashion print model?
Justin.
Wow.
He said that
High
fast.
he said
He
high
said that-
fashion print
Yeah,
model.
that was real fast.
That's fast.
I mean, I would have guessed
I
that, and
think-
I'm not even in your industry. but, yeah,
Helen
so-
Keller knew that one, honey.
Yeah. Okay, David.
Clients want real, they want natural, they want like authenticity.
We're also giving a lot of credit to Helen Keller.
She's Malibu Barbie.
So
David.
Yes.
How old is the oldest woman that you've been with?
37 when I was 21.
Good
Make
work.
it.
Ew.
When you were 21?
you
Yes.
did it.
That's the oldest.
It's not really that old.
37?
Are we supposed to take shots in between this?
I think we
I
should.
mean, you can do whatever you want.
When you
but-
hear
but-
37-year-old,
I mean,
then you might
out of
take a
the
shot.
times
Wait,
I
David,
asked,
I need to remind you.
37 is not old. Though.
I need
Come
no, that's
on.
not what I'm saying.
That's
But
like
when you're
doing Murray.
21, it is.
David,
You're saying how's the biggest age
I have
gap?
yes, Alex.
Oh,
I-
age gap, sure.
Yes, Alex.
I have seen the first few episodes of the season, so I'm going to ask you again. What is the oldest age of a woman that you've been with?
Okay, I'm going to give the same answer, but I'm going to revise it. 37 when I asked.
But, yeah. What if she said the wrong number because clearly
Maybe I didn't.
watched
You don't
episode
have
one.
to
She
ask.
was really 47.
Happens every
If
day.
you asked her.
If
She was not 37, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. She was
Botox.
Hey,
She
you have
was
to watch season 1 to
47.
find out what we were talking about. David, have you ever kissed any of the other male cast members? I don't mean a kiss on the cheek. Have you ever gotten drunk and made out with any of the other male cast members?
Haven't you done all of them?
no, I have not.
David, who from sitting here would you take home if you had to?
Murray. Easy.
That was fast, too.
Well, that's his first. Duh.
I see. The thing about it is, like, I feel like Murray would make me feel very comfortable.
I would.
He'd bend
You
over
know-
backwards.
Literally.
Or I would,
For a couple months.
depending on how comfortable I would. No, Murray's very like comforting and nurturing. He wouldn't like
He'll pretend
bring
to
me into
kiss
this
you.
dungeon without like telling me first. They're like, oh, we're going to a dungeon. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I would warn him.
You know, Murray's my friend.
All right.
Oh, he
I
would,
feel like
yeah.
he would fuck me like a friend.
Oh,
That's
a
what you
t-shirt.
think.
don't
When you
care.
enter
That
those,
is a t-shirt.
when you enter those bedroom doors, it's a different situation.
Men of
Hot friends fuck.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's true.
Men
I
of
fuck all
West
my hot
Hollywood
friends.
season 2, Hot Friends Fuck.
Nick
Okay.
told me a little saying on your knees in Belize.
Wow. He doesn't even wait for Belize. He doesn't even wait for the plane to land in Belize. Murray,
That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
who is an influencer that makes you vomit or roll your eyes?
Wow.
I love this question.
You can't drink. You have to
Are
Um,
you gonna do
You
it?
have to say.
Do you know what? Because I just unfollowed her yesterday because of this.
This is hot
Spill.
tea. We're still in the hot
Farrah
tea.
Abraham from MTV. I lived in a house with her for 5 weeks. You know, I was one of the only castmates that got along with her, but lately she's just been really negative, and I'm like, I'm not following your life for you to vent your negativity on the world, bitch. I ain't got time for that, so I unfollowed.
I think there's that point in influencers' career that we see that they don't know how to maintain that spotlight,
So they
and
start
then they
doing
get
negative,
vicious.
so they still get comments in the commentary.
Yep, it's like if you're gonna be miserable, let's be miserable together.
Yeah, I
but you
don't
don't
like
want to
that.
see people rise
don't
or
like
help people rise. I see that all the time, and I think you see that even in the nightlife as
Mhm,
well. Murray, when is the last time you hooked up with Nick Masc?
Oh shit.
Woof. I don't know, like
2019.
20 minutes ago.
Maybe
What
like
time did
6
you guys
months
walk
ago.
in?
Oh no, bullshit!
I don't even remember.
Bullshit.
Truth or sip?
It was
Define
like 3 days for Christmas, like 3 years ago. Like, don't even try. I mean, I don't know for like.
Was that 2019 Christmas?
No, it was before Christmas because I remember the text.
Is this the truth?
No, 2019.
So right after
It was.
we
It was
filmed.
right
Is this
before.
the truth?
It was like quarantine.
Well, I would tell you exactly when it was, but
Quite.
It's truth or sip.
I deleted the
oh,
thread.
shit, my-
Oh, there's a timeline. Be careful of that timeline, Murray.
I will.
Don't,
I will.
You know,
For
adjust,
you.
adjust
I
accordingly.
will
Don't be
put.
careful of any time. Don't be careful for me.
I have that date in my phone. Let me just check. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Has it been more
Let
than
me
a month?
check those receipts.
He just had to pencil me in
How you
between the
doing
other
tonight?
sessions.
Oh.
Good.
Pencil
Coming
you in
over?
between your boyfriends.
Yeah, no, he had to pencil me in between his boyfriends.
What? So 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, between all the three
He
Nicks.
doesn't commit. He doesn't have boyfriend.
Murray, if you could ask Justin, your castmate, the human Ken doll, if you could ask him one question that he couldn't lie about, what would you ask him?
Ooh.
Wow.
Do you know what? I don't even know. I don't know. What
I want
would
to see
ask
tax
him?
returns.
That is a boring answer.
Do you know what, honestly?
Yeah. I have a better answer than you do.
Okay, one question he couldn't lie about.
Yeah.
You know, I would honestly figure out.
Can I ask you the question?
I would figure out the whole like throuple thing, because like the storyline that he was telling me and the storyline that they were like giving to us, it's like when he's telling me like my boyfriends are coming here and they're doing this, and I'm like.
Yeah, that's exactly how he sounds, by the way.
Your boyfriend, he's like, when my boyfriend's coming here, we're doing that.
Okay, that works.
And then he's like, I have an allowance of this much, and like they get here and they're like, it just didn't seem to line up. You know what I mean? It just didn't seem to line up. So I would have to ask that if it was like one thing.
I think the question you should ask him is why you're so obsessed with me.
Yeah, very true.
Yes.
I thought I was the only one who saw that.
Was he?
Oh my god. He
Hello,
wanted
you see it
so
during
bad.
season 1. You have to tune in and
Hello.
see.
I mean,
who's obsessed
what
with
planet
who?
he goes on?
I don't know. I like Justin. I love Justin.
He's like,
I mean,
yeah, he's always
of
coming
course
for
you
you
love
guys.
Justin
You know,
because he
it's
fondles your
it's funny
balls all
about
day.
the
he
whole
does
cast.
not. He does not.
It's funny about the whole
Not
cast.
every
because-
relationship you have has to fondle your balls, Murray.
Can we
Just
have the
remember
Mariah
that.
Carey, like, why you're so obsessed with me?
All of
song
my
playing?
relationships
Yeah.
have to funnel my balls.
I understand that. I knew that.
But it's very funny to see the cast members. Everybody does have that quality that you're like, oh, I like them. Even if you tend to choose your villains and heroes real fast, but there are likable qualities about everybody in the cast.
Justin's actually a sweetheart, actually.
Okay,
He
Murray.
is.
Murray, truth or sip? Who is the last person that would reach for the bill?
The last
Out of
person to
who?
reach for the
Out
bill?
of-
The cast.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
that's-
for sure, Justin.
Duh.
Well, he's, on he's on an allowance.
That's not even a question. He's like,
Should have to check in with Daddy for alimony.
Thank God he's not here
You have
because he
to
can
text him
talk
real quick.
faster than all of us.
Oh, yeah,
he can
yeah,
talk
oh.
faster than all of us.
Oh my
Speaking
god.
of talking faster, Nick Masc.
Oh my.
When is the last time you kissed somebody other than your boyfriend?
Yesterday. Oh wait, no. Oh my God. Nick! I thought you meant like.
You heard it here first.
I literally
I'm
ran.
sorry.
I ran into that.
Wow.
My bad. Other
Okay.
than my boyfriend, I don't.
How'd you miss that part? That was like the whole
I was
question.
like,
I automatically.
yesterday.
Okay, I automatically thought it was about the
make it
cast,
911,
so
911.
I thought it was about the cast. So my bad.
911, hello.
Other
You
than
kissed
my
someone on the
boyfriend,
cast
I don't kiss other than my boyfriend. That's not a thing.
You just said yesterday.
He said, "When's the last time?"
Yeah, no. I think when last time you got kissed, I jumped the gun because I have ADHD. Oh my God, thank God, since 4th grade.
feels like it was
Diagnosed.
like last-
Anyway,
Nice,
no,
nice.
answer the question.
Diagnosed
Wednesday.
I think you have
ADHD,
PSP,
medical
honey.
issues.
That is not
I have a medical
Sip or
issue.
talk?
And guys, I've been going through a lot. Adderall's
Girl.
hard on the body. Okay, but literally, I only
You've
kiss
done
my
a lot.
boyfriends.
Friends, but
There was a
Boyfriends. Boyfriend. I only kiss my boyfriend.
Wow, this is
How many
better
better?
and better. This is an episode on its own.
Boyfriends are better than hookups, okay? Because I'm trying to grow. Okay, I'm trying to grow with somebody.
Yeah, I've seen.
Depends.
OnlyFans. Nick,
Well, subscribe to everyone else can see.
yeah, you can see it grow. Nick, if Murray were to say, hey, let's be monogamous and in love, would you dump everything and go back to him?
Of
Yes.
course he would.
Next question.
Okay, Darren, take a shot. Okay, first of all, I'm not saying that like I'm just saying that since Murray and I broke up, I've grown a lot. I've changed a lot. I also changed my hair and my eyebrows, thank God. Well, someone taught me those. Anyway, I've changed a lot, and in order for, I'm not saying it's never say never, because he also made a nonprofit, which is so cute. But I'm just saying that, like,
honey, he's your first love.
Yeah, exactly.
You always go be it.
If Murray could accept the new Nick, then yes. But I will always be Nick Masc now, never Murray Swanby's boyfriend.
And I love that.
I think that's a good answer.
I mean, Nick, good for you, man.
Preach, baby.
That
That just turned Murray on, and then the questions will
Good
have
job.
different answers tomorrow. Nick, which of your fellow Andrew Christian models besides Murray have you played around with?
I've got all of them.
All of them.
We should say, which haven't you played around with?
Actually, I
Zoe?
was very picky. Okay, for the first 2 years, I was like,
Where?
don't even try, because I was with you for the biz. Okay, cool. I was defending off your exes, okay, which was all of the above. Okay,
Yeah, they all did.
Nick,
try
you're
to
not good at this game.
Corey, all the ones you slept with.
They're all
I was
hot.
like, calm down, girl.
What's your-
Relap. Go
Oh,
back
I
to
miss
Murray.
Corey. Anyway, go.
Anyway, I'm just saying that, like,
Which?
Okay, yeah, one or two.
I said which. They have names. I didn't say how many. I said which.
Well, none now because none
Which?
of them
Well,
are
I
in the
wanna
Andrew
play
Christian
anyone.
company.
Pick one.
What? I don't
Wait,
have
what's
any
the
in
question again?
that are working currently for Andrew Christian.
I didn't say
None.
currently, but which one of the models have you?
Murray.
I said beside Murray.
Shit.
Oh God, we haven't got enough
I
hands.
only slept with
Remind
one
me
other
not to
person.
bring Nick
I
to
have
game
only
night.
slept with one other person, and he is no longer an Andrew Christian.
That's
model.
not what I asked. What's the name?
I've ever heard.
What other official Andrew
Are you
Christian
saying
model
it?
have I slept with? You go ahead.
Literally every one they take
Tell
him
me
for a
one.
test shoot.
Tell me one.
Every one of them.
Tell me one.
Every one of them.
Tell me one of them.
I've heard everyone.
If you can name one, then I'm okay with it. Go ahead.
Murray,
I'll
say it.
accept it.
I don't know any of their names. They're all
Oh,
fucking.
of
God.
course.
Look, I know,
they're in
I
a
know
row.
their names. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh my
Girl, calm down, because you're Wednesday. Calm down.
That's cute. All right. On that note, that was
No,
our
I
truth. or
only have sex
something.
on T days. Tuesday, Thursdays.
But let's talk about relationships, Darren.
Still going?
When I'm done, Darren, you
Yeah.
Wait, there's more.
you have a relationship, and it must be very difficult being around models all the time for your job, at the pool parties, now with the show. How do you maintain a healthy relationship with dealing with jealousies? Let's start there.
Well, definitely. Being around plenty of male models my whole life is part of my job for sure. But LaRon, yes, is definitely jealous a little bit of boys. So, and he kind of he handpicks who he decides that he thinks that I'm having a moment with by Instagram, and like my comment if it's a heart and I call everyone Bill. Like, come on, like. And he knows all the models too, his manners, but he definitely will handpick one and go, "Ow, what's going on with you two?" I'm like, what?
LaRon is definitely that girl that is like, I saw you heart and fire. You put 2 fires on his.
Yeah.
You put 2 fires on his photo. You're sleeping with them.
That takes so much energy, by the
And
way.
you wrote, and why did you write
She
sex?
does.
No,
She does.
no, it gets better. He came to me and he goes, so, one of my, it's really odd that my girlfriends are coming to me and telling me that you're, making comments on this one boy's page. I said, what? He's like, one of my friends, it was really embarrassing that one of my friends came to me and told me that you're commenting on Bla's page. And I'm like, what, you mean your friend is monitoring my comments on Bla's pages?
And this is
She
conversation.
should get a career.
This is a fight. This is a fight.
This is
based upon a free app.
This is deep and meaningful conversation.
I know.
It just takes so much energy away from the
So
relationship if you're worried about that.
This is real. This happened. So, definitely my whole life, there's definitely been a little bit of, it's our own insecurities with them. So, but yeah, just say, hey, bitch, I fucking saw you comment. Don't bring your basic ass bitch into the thing and say that she saw you. Do you of course she didn't.
But Alexander, they have to realize that West Hollywood resolves around this giant reality bubble that sits around us. We have this giant bubble around us, and it's reality show inside of it, and outside of it's the real world taxes, government, and then like that's what we have to also believe in.
I want to see Justin's taxes.
But
taxes are not a belief, Queen.
It's like
hey, for West Hollywood it is.
Taxes.
In West Hollywood, you're worried about who's saying what about you, where's your career, where's your connections, where's
That's
blah,
just so
blah,
much
blah. What are
energy.
you
It's
worried
like
about,
who
Nick?
has time for that?
Well, that's
have you
stuff-
ever drawn the line in the sand and said, if you don't knock this off, it's ruining our relationship, and I can't do it?
Well, we've had many conversations. Oh God, I've even tried. Watch the episodes. You'll see there's a beautiful picture coming to everyone about it. But yeah, look, it's just your insecurities and all that. And he's younger, so he's definitely, I'm successful and I'm around pretty people. I mean, but he loves it. He's best friends with all the pretties and all that. So it's just part of life. So yeah, but definitely tune in because there's some very fun jealousy moments in Men of West Hollywood.
There are. I've seen.
That's an understatement.
I want to ask from this experience of filming the show, is there anything that you are afraid that's going to be shown that you regret? Is there an action or something that you said that you would love to take back?
Is this an
Well,
everyone
let me
question?
just chime in on that.
It's an everybody.
Murray, go first. I'll go second.
Please chime in, Murray, please.
I don't know if Nick's seen that
Honestly,
episode, but it was good.
I've seen enough.
Honestly, I think I've seen 2 random parts of episodes. So
Well, don't give away certain
No,
parts.
I
Yeah.
haven't. So I actually don't know where the arc of the. I
Yeah.
don't really know what everything is and shown, and there's a lot of footage, and they don't put all of it in.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what you said is what you said. In the heat of the moment, you said it. That's what you were feeling, and you just have to be like, do you know what? That was my mood at the time, and I was feeling that, and that I was in my feelings, and that's what I fucking said. And you just have to man up and be like, that's what I.
All right, well, I have a moment.
I want to know this moment.
I have
So I
a
don't wanna- I
moment.
don't take
I'm just
anything back.
saying,
It is what it is.
if there's social media
I like
around,
that
don't
attitude.
trust it. I'm like, later, you guys will find out in the season that there's a situation that happens that gets recorded through social media. Yeah.
No?
It's such a good scene
Who
now.
knows?
I've seen it. I've seen it, and it's so
I will say
good.
100% regret it because I did not only I'm a hopeless romantic. I cry probably every other day about happy things.
God.
I'm a happy crier.
Like your cute little rabbit. He's so cute.
Thank you. She's amazing.
It's a great real moment.
But the thing is,
I
it's
can't
like,
wait now. And I'm just like,
If you're real
I
on
wanna see
social
it
media
now.
and you're crying on social media, anything.
I'm not crying on social media.
I'm just
I've never
saying-
seen you cry on.
I'm
No,
just
I
saying,
don't.
I've never
if
seen
you
you cry in real life.
if it's just a real moment, it is a real moment. So if you
Yeah.
said you cry on the daily, if you were to send that on social media, it just is your real life. You can't take it back. It is what it is.
I never said I cried.
Well,
Hey,
now you
whatever
did.
you're talking about, it is what it is.
And
I
I
was
wasn't.
talking about. I'm just saying that like some things you don't expect to get caught on camera, and they just do. And when you do those, it's like
And-
sometimes
can't
you
wait.
regret them.
Let's just say it's not crying. It's more like, that's all I can tell.
There might have been a tear or two, but that's what it sounded like.
Oh.
For sure, a tear or two, honestly.
Well, that's if they
I'll be
actually
honest.
recorded your face.
There was a tear.
I like it. So crazy.
There was a tear.
I got
I'll be
a pearl
honest.
necklace. But from you guys, any moments?
no,
You
us.
said like moments that we regret.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I kind of feel like I had a couple like kind of rude awakening moments where I'm like, in a way, like people who I really thought had my back absolutely did not, and just threw me straight under the bus, and vice versa. Also, some like really good moments where people are like, like they might toss me, like they might not have my back, but some people really did. So I was really surprised in both really good and bad ways, and also like things that I regretted, really like bringing people around me to the point that they were on the show with me, and then just kind of did me dirty and just leave me like hanging at the end of the day, or leave me in circumstances where I'm like I'm speechless. I don't know what to do.
So it's like Gay Survivor, pretty much.
Well, straight survivor in his.
Oh yeah, for you.
Oh,
yeah.
straight Survivor.
I don't know, what would Gay Survivor look like?
I don't know.
Real Housewives of Orange County.
It would be.
That's what it would look like.
Put in like turbans.
Oh, no.
No, it's just like that.
But,
HBO
you know,
Max.
but
It's like naked and afraid before
I was
gay
gonna
people.
say,
yeah.
It's like naked and not
I ha-
afraid.
I-
That's WeHo when they get afraid.
It would
I
be
haven't
that.
seen a
That's
single
what it would be.
episode, but do you open with like what is your tagline?
Yeah, we open
Oh.
with like a blurb about ourselves.
Can you say
No,
your
we
tagline?
don't.
Are
Do
you
we?
allowed to?
Can they share their tagline or?
We open
No,
with a
no,
blurb.
okay.
Yeah.
What's your tagline? Go for
Your
it.
tagline's how it
No, they just if it says like what he does and who you are and
Oh,
all that. So
okay.
it's just like.
It's
But
not
yeah.
like-
But
it's
it's
not
not
tagline's
like-
like you're like.
Not like my name is.
Not like a
Rose.
housewife.
I'm on a roll.
Crackle. Yeah. No one's holding
Also,
a
that's my
peach,
drag
honey.
queen.
Yeah.
We all know yours is how about that? Like we all know that.
My God.
We already know
And we've
that.
all got our lines. Like I say, you basic bitch. You know, like that's mine for sure.
But here's the thing,
And
you know
he's a
how
about that.
you know how reality plays in our mind. That how about that? How about that? I was saying it the next day to everybody. It didn't matter if it was a business meeting. I was like,
good.
I need a bottle of vodka for every set I'm on. How about that? Like it just gets in your mind, and basic bitch is part of it. But the thing about reality TV, and I saw this even from the first 3 episodes, and to your point, we see the best behavior when it's like, okay, we're first filming, and it's like, and then you get to see the reality of it because
It's
it's
real.
like chipped away into like this is what's happening.
Well, just like this show, we started very like, yes, we're all nice, and now we've had shots, and we're like,
Fuck that.
giving you the tea.
Tax returns.
Tax
Tax return.
Please don't let that get out, by the way.
Well, I mean, yeah. The first day of shooting was a party, so it was definitely like wild. It'd be interesting
They
to
were
see
all
the footage.
parties. They were all parties, but they just like the more alcohol we consume, the more drama.
Some
came
parties were more fun than
always
others.
a
I will.
party.
The
I
more
will tell you.
alcohol
It was
I
like-
consume, the funner.
This
I
vodka
get.
is so good, by the way.
All
It's
of
like
you.
You seem so fun.
You're all
it's like
so fun.
going down so
And funner
fast.
is a word.
Okay, so what from the filming are you so? What are you proudest of, or what are you glad that the cameras captured?
My butt. Next
No,
question.
I'm being serious. I mean, I'm happy for that.
It was
but-
very difficult to catch that shot.
I think just like I look into our lives, and then the fact that there's 6 guys that have formed a great friendship.
Yeah.
And it's real that, you know, like, it's not scripted, and it is wild and crazy and laughter and tears and fun and joy, and it really is just a great time. So, I mean, it's getting to see our lives, which is a different side, and it's super fun, and we're so blessed to have it.
And to your point about friendship, friendships do have the ups and downs, just like any relationship, even with your family or whatever. And that's the reality. You fight with your best friends, like you just do.
Hello.
But that's the thing is like no one ever gets to see that. Like they see everyone's who they follow, their individual like lifestyles, how they live. But like I thought the best part about Men in West Hollywood is seeing all my friends and exes even like doing their job, like going out and doing their job and being around them while they're persevering their determination while they're going for their goals. Like, and you never get to picture that because like when you're hanging out with your friends, you don't want to think about work. And the moment that you see everybody at work at the same time, you're like, look, these are similar people like me. These are the reason I surround myself with these people. These are motivational. These are inspirational people I surround myself with doing the same job as me, succeeding. And that is such an inspiration to see because you don't always get to see that every day. You get to hang out with your friends and, you know, play video games, drink, but it's not every day that you get to see your friends work in front of you. And I thought that was such a treat.
But here's the thing: the job as an influencer, especially in West Hollywood, you're never off the clock, so to speak. But what I also loved about the show is we saw the real people of West Hollywood. I saw so many people that I knew. I'm like, oh, and it wasn't presented as like, now here's so and so. It was just like, this
it's
is
not
what happens in
50-year-old
West
women
Hollywood.
that you've never met in your life with a bunch of money because they married the right guy.
Can I ask a question? Did you go in with an intention of how you wanted yourself to be perceived?
I love this question. Yeah. Strategy.
But on the other end, sometimes the camera does not lie, right? So
Does not lie.
so you
Especially
go
when
so,
they're
so
into
you,
the show.
yeah, so you go in with a self.
You gotta own
You
it.
go in with a self intention, but what comes out is completely different. So what did you walk in with, and what did you walk out with?
You mean for the show?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, you walk in with this thought. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna represent myself.
Correct.
And like you would into a job interview. You walk in, you're like, I'm gonna be the best version of myself on this show. But then like honestly, when it's not fake, when it's not like scripted lines, we're not telling you what the topic you're talking about. When it becomes so real, when it like embeds into your actual life, it hits certain spots on you, and that's when the stuff starts flowing out. And when that starts flowing out, it just feels great to actually like express yourself, your side of the story, because honestly, when you put it on something on Instagram or on social media, it's all what you want people to perceive from your life. But when you're being recorded without being like acknowledgeable about that, it's
and you
like
don't get to like pick what footage they use.
yeah,
You're
it's like they pick
you're
how they
like,
want to
yeah.
be. You want to be
very
received.
true, very
It's
true.
it's actually quite a release. It's like finally I get to be myself without becoming what I think is myself.
Great.
Yeah,
That's true.
100%.
I think
I
I
like
think
that.
the whole
Actually, that's
cast entered into it with a great attitude, and everyone wanted to just have fun and be themselves. And I think that's why there is such a great result, and the chemistry is amazing because everyone is authentic and everyone is engaged and everyone's just living their best lives.
And we
the
get
show
annoyed with
proves
each other,
it.
and we yell at each other, and we
But
we had your launch event, which is just very real. Like you're like, this is my actual launch event. It's stressful as fuck. Launch events are so fucking stressful. He doesn't do a launch events a lot, like
ever.
And it goes to like where I'm like I like resonate with that because I do events. So I'm like, I get how fucking stressed you are. So maybe they don't show it, or maybe they do show it, but I like take them aside and like talk about, like everything's gonna be fine. Just breathe, like, you know what I mean?
People see what we give them, and that's a fact. Is like that. What we give them is the pretty product. It's not the up to the pretty product. It's not the texting people to make sure you have that red carpet or that backdrop or that photographer or those people showing up, those influencers. Is people see the end product, but they don't see always. They see us having fun, but they don't see us building
see it on
that
the show.
fun.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, they're gonna
exactly. It's very real.
Or maybe good thing, bad thing, I don't know. But like I said, what you say on camera is.
Well, it's a good thing, and it really does capture, because on the show you guys have crazy nights and there's fights and all that, and then there's brunch the next day where everyone's hungover and it's like, girl, you are a mess, and like, yeah, you too, girl, cheers.
That's a faggot for you, 100%.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And those hungover brunches are boring.
Honestly, that's how I live my life. I have like tons of friends in LA that I've met since I've moved here. Everybody's here on a different journey. Everybody is very emotional. Some people are here spending their last dollar trying to make it here. Some people are here just trying to
spending someone else's last dollar.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly, but you never know what it is. But it's true as fuck. It's so true. And everybody's on this weird heightened emotion. And at the end of the day, you're all just trying to have fun, but I don't know where I was going with that.
I'm gonna finish it for you, Murray, because I know. Anyway, I'm just saying that like the fact is that when a community comes around and supports each other rather than bash each other or pull each other down, like that's when like the group of the cast and the production and everything like that, we were all trying to push each other forward. Same as our friends, we try to push each other forward in the same career field, even though we're battling against each other. It's like that's so refreshing whenever you have a group of people working with each other rather than against each other. And I think that's a big major focus that we need to focus on, is like it sucks whenever girls are bringing other girls down, or gays are bringing other gays down. It's like, if someone is successful, be happy for them. If someone's getting married, be happy for them. Like, just because it's not you doesn't mean it won't add to your life or add to their life. So I think if we start supporting ourselves in a community, no matter what community it is, we're gonna grow so fucking fast, but no one ever is there to support each other.
Is this a forbidden question, but have you guys been pitted against that other reality show that happened a few years ago, like the A-List LA or A-List? Was it A-List LA, A-List New York?
No. I've not heard. I haven't heard one negative thing about that.
No.
I haven't actually against any of the gay reality shows. I haven't heard anything in
Not as
any
pitted
of the blogs.
against, but it's just like, remember, because they did that.
None of the blogs that have reached out to me, none of the interviews that I've done on.
Me too. No one's mentioned anything.
No one's mentioned.
Well,
any
that's
of that,
amazing
honestly.
because it's almost like a whole it's a whole
A whole
new
generation
generation.
has
And it's also a new concept. It's not a gay show. It's a gay and straight show.
And
it's
West Hollywood has changed too.
Yeah.
It's not just the gay town anymore that's not doing something. It's not just about the party life. There's the straight element to it now, and there's the business aspect.
Walking to Abbey, there's more straight people than gay people.
I feel like people lost a lot during lost a lot during quarantine. They saw their friends lose family, everything, and like everybody kind of came back with this weird reset. The bars haven't been as busy. They have not, absolutely not. But the bars have been busier with people that are there for a different reason.
Joyous, actually.
Yeah. And there's more of a celebration. It's like, I don't care what you look like, I don't care what you do. Let's enjoy this drink together. And I've definitely experienced that. That's right. It's like we've all been in this cocoon. We had to come out as a butterfly, no matter what your butterfly looks like. But it has been a very testing time. You're either going to succeed and come back to it, or you're going to have to move on. Okay, we're going to finish the show with a little hot topic.
Oh, Lord.
Tony.
What's that?
Hot tonic or hot topic?
Yes.
It's a hot tonic.
I'll give you a hot tonic later.
It's time for Hot Topics on the Rocks with Alexander. Better pour yourself another.
All right.
There, Alex.
Hot Topics presented by FanDaddies.com. Back in 2015, excuse me, according to market research, about $500 million was being spent on paying influencers around the globe. By the end of 2022, it's expected that the payments towards influencers are going to be between $5 billion and $10 billion. That's money in the pockets. With all this money being thrown at influencers, they should also be able to fit the bill, no? A hotel's response to an influencer has recently gone viral when an influencer sent a message with cute little emojis and her follower numbers, 87,000 on YouTube, 76,000 on Instagram, looking for 4 nights free stay at a very popular hotel in exchange for Instagram stories. The hotel responded, "Dear social influencer, thank you for your email for free accommodation in return for exposure. It takes a lot of balls to send an email like that, if not much self-respect and dignity. If I let you stay here in return for a feature in our video, who's going to pay the staff who look after you? Who's going to pay the housekeepers who clean your room? The waiters who serve the breakfast? The receptionist who checks you in? Who's going to pay for the light and heat you use during your stay? The laundering of your bed sheets? The water rates? Maybe I should tell my staff they will be featured in your video in lieu of receiving payment for work carried out while you're in residence. Lucky for us, too, we have a significant social media following, meaning the influencer did not do her homework. We have 186,000 followers on our 2 Facebook pages, 80,000 on Snapchat, 32,000 on Instagram, and he says a paltry 12,000 on Twitter. But Jesus Christ, I would never in a million years ask anyone for anything free.
Heard.
And so he says, P.S. the answer is no.
Well, he could have just said no with a nice, polite...
Wait a minute. So I'll tell you, when this went viral, everybody was split down the middle. Part of it was like, number one, the girl obviously sent a form letter, which we've all kind of done. I don't have the followers that you do, but you have to modify to the brand that you're reaching out to. You can't just... And then emojis in a business ask doesn't make sense to me. And then not doing homework knowing that the hotel has more of a social media following than she does.
Yeah.
So there's that side was like, that was ridiculous. But then there's the side that says the hotelier was so rude in his response. I think it's actually a very well-crafted response. But you guys are the influencers with the high numbers. I want to know what your take on this is.
Well, can I just jump in? Okay, so first of all, my parents grew me up on the saying of, it never hurts to ask. The only thing you can get is a no.
But how do you ask?
But you can ask with emojis. That's
She
fine.
asked nice.
Hey, we live in 20.
Not professional.
Now, Alex,
have
if
you
you're gonna
ever
ask me,
received a business
Alex,
ask
are you
with
gonna
an
Alex?
emoji?
Alex, are you
Alexander?
gonna Alexander? Alex, are you gonna Alexander? Are you gonna let me? Okay. So when I think about when he asked for something, I think we're in 2022 right now. Okay, so when you ask for something, you like sometimes like emojis are a way to express yourselves, especially when we're influencers, because emojis, hashtags, saying like
I think no emojis is so cut and dry that it's less genuine.
It's like I want you to know how I feel.
Here's some backstory.
Not in a business letter, though.
Here's some backstory. The hotel has been there for over 40 years. She asked for 4
So how's
free
the
nights.
Hilton
wait.
Inn?
Let me ask. She's asked for 4 free nights during Valentine's Day weekend. So that's a little bit more backstory.
I think
as a business owner, hell no.
There's no reason to be rude.
Honestly, I feel like
you think that response was rude?
I thought that response was rude.
What it is.
I
Also,
think
your
you say
hotel.
no.
A lot of hotels have tons of open rooms on that night, and like
on Valentine's weekend.
On every night.
Yes.
Who's staying in a hotel for Valentine's Day?
The response was a gay.
Take somebody to your home.
Okay, those hotels usually are paying for the night for like
okay, maybe that.
Valentine's Day are like $50 a night.
We know that there was a queen that
what hotels are you going to on Valentine's Day?
Queen.
The fact is, if you want something, you ask for it. If you don't want to accept it, you don't have to accept it.
I can't believe she put emojis.
I'm joking. If I say, "Hey, I miss you" with an emoji, you'll feel
I'm
more
in a
personal.
similar industry.
That's different than a business letter.
I'm in a similar industry, right? So hotel, nightclub, and I haven't experienced a lot of that, but I've experienced one of those situations where somebody messaged me on Instagram saying they have all of this and they just wanted a free bottle, and I'm like,
it was me.
Probably no, well, it wasn't you, but I've worked in this field for so long, as in, yeah. So I was just like, no, bitch, you're not getting a free bottle. Like you're not contributing to my
The exposure does contribute absolutely 100%.
Yeah,
Yes,
but,
100%.
But I knew that the intention behind that is not legit, right? So
Yes.
so the woman getting that free hotel room during Valentine's weekend, is she doing it because her intention is to give exposure to the club?
wants a free
She just wants a
romantic
free room.
weekend.
But also,
and you,
Luke,
and we
her
know
social
that.
media
We
was
know
less than
that.
the hotel.
Also, you have to remember that you have to look at it from the other person's shoes. It's like it doesn't take yes, it may be on the intention of I want to have a great Valentine's weekend, but also you don't need a paragraph describing what you're wrong in. You can either say no as a company, respectfully,
But don't you
professionally.
think?
But listen,
No.
Wait a minute.
He sounded like a bitter queen.
but literally
Bitter
sounds like a bitter
queen.
queen because the fact is that
No,
if you
okay.
ask for something and then you just say okay, cool, like this
She's
is a
gonna
lot.
think differently. Her next ask, I guarantee you, will be structured.
However,
better.
You can't put everybody into a box.
The fact that
Guys.
this went viral is because they knew their response was absolutely
Appropriate.
accurate. Yes, that's why it went viral, because they knew.
Yeah,
They were deserving
and
of
it's
that.
literally been
Let me
split.
chime in.
Let Darren
So
chime in.
the behavior was entitled, but if she did her homework, and it's a difference between 350,000 Instagram followers to 87, and like the numbers didn't correlate with them. So if she did her homework, maybe she went for a newer hotel, they would have done it. But it was entitled like. She didn't even do her homework and check.
No,
like
You should have done your homework.
You know what?
She should have done her homework.
Yeah, true.
But
You guys
also-
would not do that.
But
though.
also,
That's what I'm saying. Like, she did her
it
homework.
takes a lot of balls to reach out to somebody who have a higher following you and say, "Hey, this is something I want to do. This is something I want to."
The hotel had a higher
When I went to
following.
Turkey, when I went to Turkey, I booked my hotel room and I messaged them on Instagram like, "Hey, I'm going to be there for a week."
You're showing intent to support
yes,
them.
that
Yes.
works.
Okay,
That
that's
absolutely
Don't you have like
works.
half a million?
But
Yeah.
also,
It's like-
I might have
It's a big
more money than
difference.
this lady has, and maybe she didn't have the things to stay there for a weekend. And she's just like, you know what? I would love to bring my magnification and followers to that and just do
But
something
honestly,
fun for my
to
friends.
grow,
Do you
you have
honestly-
to accept the
Deep
fact
in your
that you might
heart, do
get
you
a
believe
no.
that? Do you believe that in your heart that was her intention?
What
No.
I think, what I think,
No.
that,
With a
what,
form,
what I think
no.
that this,
cut and
I think that this.
She
all
didn't
the-
check. That's
all
all.
hotels, all
No.
hotels.
No,
have-
ma'am.
Didn't check.
all
I would like to
hotels-
speak when we have a
all
moment.
hotels keep like
I feel like I've been waiting my turn.
all hotels keep like a 15% room rate open for high clientele and all these things for every night open. So honestly, yes, your lights are
Murray,
going to be paid.
I want you to
yes,
promote.
Boom.
I
Yes,
want you to
yes,
promote.
your staff
Murray,
is going to be paid.
No.
I want
Yes,
you to-
your business is
Murray.
gonna be paid.
Facts.
Computer
So
says
if-
no.
If you would
Murray,
like
excuse
No,
me now.
okay.
Murray. I want
So
you to
if-
promote a night at my nightclub for free. Bring your people and all that, and I'm going to give you exposure.
He will do it though because he respects you.
He doesn't own the
Depends on
club.
what your club is. Luke
Okay.
Nero, I'll come down and do that.
Please
Let's
do.
wrap it up. Let's wrap it
But
up
if you
with.
got this message,
I need
what
to be
would you
heard.
be like? That's crazy.
You can
No,
be.
but I would
Gotta
say,
speak
I
loudly.
would say, absolutely. If somebody
wouldn't
was a big social media influencer and says, "Can I come to your?" I've had that happen at my nights on
No,
Thursday nights.
I want you to promote an evening at my.
I've absolutely
It's
done
just
that.
a question.
Okay.
Do you know how many?
Deb-
People, music people, and influencers and everything that I have said, "Can I come in on a Thursday night and have a free bottle because I will be there and I will bring my 200,000 social media followers visibility?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, you have a free bottle. I'll get you a VIP table. Done. Boom."
Exactly, because one
Because that's
person
my
checking into
motherfucking
that
night.
hotel off their fan list
But there's a
is
way of
a
asking.
lot of money.
There's
There's
a
a lot of money.
there's
There's a way of
decorum.
asking,
When
but
was
the
the
fact is,
last-
there's
she
a way of
asked
responding
nicely, she
too.
put emojis
If you want
in
to
it.
see our professional
okay,
response,
okay.
you
Yes.
just
No.
Darren, has anybody ever said, "Hey, I'd like to book a photo shoot with you, and you're going to get exposure. I'll do stories during our photo shoot."
Absolutely.
For free.
Yes,
For
Be
free.
honest. Be honest.
I'm sure you get this
Do that-
request all the
Be
time.
honest. Do that
Oh,
every day.
The most.
day.
The most.
Landon.
No, I do get, like, I hate to say it, if you look at the
All the
caliber
time.
of people I shoot, and then I do get the most randoms from like bumfuck land that ask for a free shoot, and like then they want to be models, and I'm like, okay, Bill, delusional. But you don't reply. You say something nice. So the message with this story is there's a way to reply. And we get it with Ms. Bloom. Like, we get a lot of people offering them for products, and sometimes we do check the numbers, and if the numbers are not correlated with the brand strategy, we'll go back and say, hey, we've got a 70% off for you. So, and pay, like, there's a way to deal with it, but still offering them a discount if they really want to do it, because their numbers are not what we're targeting, where we're not targeting like our social media like partnerships. If you don't have the numbers, then we'll say, hey, we'll give you a big discount. So, and it's structured based on numbers. So there's definitely a right and wrong way to do everything. So that was definitely written by Queen, and he needs to get sex. But
I think
that's
it's a
what I'm saying.
giving community. It's like
Of
sometimes
course
if
you
you're
are.
afraid to ask, you can maybe you can
I
get a no,
agree.
and maybe
And
you get
I'll
a yes.
tell you, the
No,
sex-
and she should ask, but She should have done her homework a little bit as well. But he could have also replied, "Hey, we'll do you 50% off," or it was.
So
it
I
was
didn't
just
read
the
the
way it was
rest of it
handled.
because there was more.
It was
to
handled
And
badly.
he did say if you would have approached us for an upgrade or maybe free meals or something like that. But
David wants to talk. Go.
Yes, David.
Yes, I have been waiting. I have my script written out.
Straight men have enough of a platform, but go ahead.
It's okay. I fixed your.
Oh, he's getting all ready, you guys.
Give
This
the
better
one
be good.
straight a go.
You got
First
this.
point.
You
Nick,
got it.
shut up. No, I'm just kidding. No, as I'm just playing. As a small business owner myself, like I've definitely had influencers approach me to train with me. Like we were talking about, like I'm not gonna lie, I've really worked hard and built up a good, reputable training business. So I have influencers asking me to do sessions for me. Honest to God, 90% of the time, the return on investment has been absolute shit.
Correct.
Because it is hard to get a social media influence. Like it is hard to get like thousands of followers. It's not a very common thing, which is why people get paid for it, obviously. But personally, for me, my return on investment has been people either not showing up, late canceling when they reach out to me.
This is so important to share.
Yeah, and I myself am an influencer. I've been paid to post for different brands. And I was like, from person to person, I was like, okay, I feel like there's a mutual respect. Like, I at the end of the day, I was like, I let them know, I'm like, I should charge you this much because you didn't show up. End of the day, I trained one girl from one popular reality show who is a big influencer. She has 1.3 million followers, and to me, it makes sense because she's around a similar crowd, a similar demographic, and she's connected me to people. But to me, 90% of the time, it's been people not caring, not giving a shit, and honestly, like some of the times they have less followers than I do. I'm like, how do you not care? And half the people are my friends.
And Instagram's analytics have really
it's
changed.
Have brought people
and don't even say anything about Facebook. It's useless.
Oh,
we're not talking about Facebook. That's so down so far that you're like, oh, I have 500,000 social media followers, and they're like, yeah, but Instagram, like, specifically took your analytics down to 0.5%.
Let's just be real.
They know you have the thing.
I have a marketing degree for you, a bachelor's in marketing degree, and I know, and I was trained in this. And it's like, social media is the only way to trained. That's what a bachelor's degree.
Keep talking, Nick. Get your point.
Mike's on.
Social media
is
the main and major form of marketing, and it will be that way. Every business needs marketing. So as
100%.
long as you have a
You also have
social
to pay
media
your bills.
platform, then you should use that platform to encourage other businesses to rise. And as we rise, because we're in debt as a country, we need to constantly rise that shit up. Because honestly, no matter where it's coming from, business is number one, marketing is number one, and it's our job as influencers, it's our job on social media to promote businesses that don't get the support they need.
There's certain,
Amen.
There's certain products
Amen,
I think
Mama.
work better, such as clothing. I think clothing, it's totally okay to ask because you post it, whatever. If I see a cute jacket or something, I'll be like, oh my God, I want to
But
see
not a
where I got
hotel. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. We
Wait.
encourage
What is-
marketing.
What is the last product that you actually bought because you saw on another influencer's?
A lot.
All the
Actually,
time.
A lot.
Show me,
all
show
the
me.
time.
Rogue
I can
people.
tell you my list is full.
I wanna know.
Instagram be taking my money
Is it
constantly.
clothing, alcohol, or
These two.
It's clothing.
Alcohol. I don't buy alcohol on
Clothing.
Instagram.
No, but like
We
you
just posted
see,
alcohol.
but you see the name like at the bar or whatever, and you're like, oh, I know that brand. They're actively in my community.
No, but I do
When I-
follow like the LA bucket list, and I do see restaurants and stuff, and I'm like, I want to go there. And like it's hotels, it's really cool. It's got LA
There you
bucket
go.
list.
Yeah,
and
that's
I do
exactly.
see like a lot of new hotspots to go to, and I do
And
go there.
Brennan,
And we check them
Brennan
out.
from our show is literally a foodie. Brennan from our show does food reviews.
See, that makes
at
sense, 'cause
places
you
around
see,
LA.
it's like, that looks good.
And he
It's
has
visual,
4
but-
million followers on YouTube and 1.5 million followers on Instagram. They're probably bigger now, but this is the last time I checked. But like when he says, "Yo, I'm coming in to have one meal, and I'm just gonna do this, and I can pay for it, but also I'm gonna have a camera crew." And I'm going to do this.
That
it's-
totally works. Like,
And then people are like,
I've
"Let me
seen
get a cheaper
restaurants
rate."
or bars I want to go to.
That of course
Right.
absolutely
Okay, so how about this?
100%.
When's the
Yeah.
last hotel you booked just because you saw it on an influencer's post?
Okay, let me ask you this:
Vegas.
What is
Never.
what is the Instagram number that would make you comfortable to give something for free? Let me ask you that. Is it 10K? Is it 50K? Is it 500K?
It's
Is
not
it 1
that.
million?
It's not that.
that.
It's your sense of entitlement because you have a certain amount of followers that you expect this for free, and that's what rubs business owners the wrong way.
I don't ask for it.
We don't
but I'm just
expect
we're not saying
it,
you,
but we ask for it,
Yeah, but-
and if we get denied,
but-
we change
Yeah,
our
but
viewpoint.
no, but
here's the
but
thing.
no.
He
There's-
doesn't ask. Do you ask?
Wait.
Do you ask?
Do you ask?
Or do you
I
think- or do
occasionally,
you-
when I see
no,
a
you
brand that I
think
want to
you're-
work with, I ask.
you think
I
you're-
ask,
I
but
just
I
don't-
ask within reason.
It's the
She was
sense of
asking for
entitlement.
But I also
Have
know
you
that
asked
you
for her
charge
job?
for appearances.
If
But
I
is
know
it
you charge for
entitlement if
appearance.
it's
I charge
benefits
for
the
appearance
brand?
as
Yeah,
well, but
right,
I
so-
like if
Would you
I
ever
say
appear for free just
so
because
say
you
Yeah,
get
would you appear
exposure?
for free?
I would never.
Well, there you are. There's your
What did you
answer.
say?
He would not appear for free.
Okay.
That's your
I
answer.
have
No.
I
Also,
appear for
also,
free.
wait.
No.
I also want to
I
bring
prefer
up.
a brand,
I also
but
want
I
to bring up. I also want to bring up
But he'll
one.
post-
No,
but he'll
no,
post-
no.
Right. I just want to have one
I
other
need more
point.
alcohol.
My name's on the
girls.
title. Here's the thing: if somebody has 1 million followers, the percentage of people that are actually going to engage with a product that they promote is this. When somebody has 10,000 followers that actually involve themselves and are loyal and engage with them, you're going to get more exposure from that 10,000 follower than you will for a
Well, that's
million
an
followers.
advancement that's happened over the years, honestly, because
It's
like
about
I remember when
loyalty
it
and
was
who's
about
engaged.
followers.
It's
I
a-
really don't think that, and I know that analytics are garbage right now, and that's why Instagram is going to fade out and somebody's going to fade in because they're doing that so harsh.
And it's not TikTok.
But that's
It's
why
not
TikTok has already taken over.
Right, but I don't think for brand, you see a fun video and you swipe past. You're not really engaging at all. And people like put Facebook,
people do
and
engage on
Facebook
TikTok.
is going down, but Facebook, you can actually click on the website, you can see everything and see who's tagged. And then when Instagram started, it's like, oh, this is the end of marketing because you can't really engage with the product. Then you click to go to their website, and then by then we're already past. TikTok is even worse.
I think
you're just
everyone's-
swiping. Right. You press like because all it takes is this, and then you're on to the next thing.
We've
I
had lots of
think TikTok's
influencers
engagement
reach
is
out
the
to Ms.
highest of anything right
Bloom,
now.
and we've said yes to them, so I appreciate them reaching out. Like, there's ways to handle stuff. And we've had many people reach
And
out.
how you hold yourself.
And we've definitely done so many partnerships with many influencers for reaching out to us. It's just like, but
It's
there's
business.
a way to
It's
handle
business.
stuff. It's
It's
just
business.
professional. Emoji or not, emojis
You're
are
right.
cute. And I can tell you with ecom, our ads that have emojis on them generate more sales than without. So ecom, it's per the market, and also the youth today love emojis. So it's just per case. But no matter what age you are, there's a way to deal with it, and there's a way to handle it, and there's always a solution.
It's
And a
that
way to
we're
respond.
evolving
Yes.
every day, and
That-
like
that was
we're not
right.
the same. I'm
That's
millennial.
aggressive.
We're not the same as Generation Z. I'm like we think differently, but the thing is that like he said, we're evolving, and as we evolve, certain tactics to talk to people and businesses are going to evolve. And you know what? It's based upon it's a business partner relationship. It's based
And
on
it's
if
know
like
your
if you
brand.
think this is appropriate, know your
know your
brand,
brand.
and
Yeah.
if they
Know
think
your
this is
Know your
appropriate,
brand and do a little
it shouldn't come
research.
into a fight. It should come into a okay, no, we're not interested.
No, but we should be having these conversations. We should be having these conversations as influencers because we're also in a very questionable economy, and we want small businesses to succeed because we need them to succeed because we know the major corporations have made so much money off of us during COVID. So we have to have these
But to
conversations
succeed is
as
exposure,
influencers.
and you don't have exposure if you don't reach out to people that are.
Right.
And it's
they're
a
just
form
there.
of
But
it's
good
a form
Like
of
if you said,
support.
hey, can I come on your show, bitch? Cocktail emoji, heart emoji. Yes, come on my show.
Well, I would text that to you because I have texted that to you.
I know, but you know what I mean. But
Exactly.
if we're anyway, on that note, you guys, whew. So this is just a small modicum of what you're going to see on this season of Crackle TV's Men of West Hollywood. And like I said, I've been privy to the first 3 episodes. And also, if you want to hang out with these guys, we're going to be at Strut Nightclub January 28th at...
Are you working for free or am I paying you?
And we'll be at Mickey's on
You always
Friday.
said they asked me
Oh, I
pay
didn't know
you.
that. Oh, once again, I didn't get the invite.
Mickey's on Thursday.
Do we have to put you in our stories?
It's on Instagram. It's on Instagram. No,
Oh my God, I love
you have
this
to
bitch.
crop them
Our
into
show
that
airs on
story. You have to
Thursday.
Photoshop them into that.
No, you haven't even Photoshop like
It's
this.
so wrong.
Our show airs on
The 8th.
Thursday, and Thursday's my night, so I'm gonna have the boys at Thursday for the.
Oh, I will be there.
You're one of the boys.
If I have to pay for one drink, we're going to talk about it.
If you post, it's free.
Or at least you have to ask.
If
You have to
post one
ask
time,
first.
I'm going to send
everything's
you a
free.
formal request with emojis. It's going to be all emojis.
You know what? We
Where
only
can
accept
a-
you if you have emojis.
Where can a Crackle helicopter land so we can get to the club? Like, where's the easiest spot? Can we do rooftop
Roof.
Of course.
You
All
can
the
do
parking
rooftop at
lot.
Fiesta next door.
I've heard it's painted orange.
Because they're not using it. we have to deal with roaches. Anyway, all right. On that note, I want everybody to tell our audience where you want them to find you and follow you, and what you're most excited about for the show premiere. David, go ahead, start.
Me? Okay, you can find me on Instagram at @TheRealDBart, TikTok, follow.
What happened with the A, by the way?
Huh?
It's the real David Bart.
No,
underscore.
The real D-Bart.
Oh, D-Bart.
I don't know. Some girls used to bully me in high school. Used to call me D-Bart.
You were bullied by girls?
What was the second part of the question, Alex? Oh, also follow my spam account on TikTok. It's called @BigTasty. Oh yeah, underscore.
Is that for real?
Yeah, I'll be posting some dumb shit on there. I got
TikTok is Big Tasty.
my second account that I'm trying to grow because I want to build my platform so I can ask for free shit.
What are you tasting on that?
Hotel rooms.
Yes. I'm tasting different things and hotel rooms.
Room service.
Get your house in Egypt.
Room service.
Oh man. What I'm most excited about for the show, yeah, our friendship. This, literally what you've been listening to for the last hour.
Yes.
This.
It's very fun. Just real fast. I did talk to a hotel about doing stuff for On the Rocks. So as a joke,
No
they
way.
made me video cleaning one of the rooms like Paris Hilton and Nicole style, and we put it on YouTube, and it was hilarious, and I did it.
I love the simple life.
That's great.
So
That's cute.
Can you
I
imagine
like
me
that.
cleaning a room? Anyway,
No,
I can't actually.
but I was willing to do it.
video?
I'm like, whatever you need, we'll do it. Okay, Murray, where do you want people to find you and follow you? I can't get over how God it tastes so good.
So good. You can find me Instagram Murray Swanby LA because I first and never mind.
Next question.
Long story short, everywhere
What's the
else
story then?
at Murray Swanby, and then what else did you ask?
What are you happy? Like, what are you most excited for people to see for the show?
Oh my God, Dad. I love
See,
that.
this
What
is
am
why
I
we
so-
end now.
okay, what am I so excited
Crackle
about
TV is
for the
already
show?
texting legal.
They're like, why is Murray Swanby on this fucking show?
he drove. I'm riding home with him tonight. Pray for me.
What are you most
Honestly,
excited for the premiere?
I'm most excited for the premiere. I'm just excited for the red carpet. I think it's so fun. For the show, I'm excited for everybody. I don't know because I haven't seen it yet, so it's kind of like I can't.
That pilot episode's crazy.
Yeah, we got to see like a full hour and a half pilot. That's all.
That was
so
so
we don't really
bad.
know what's going on. So I'm just excited to see really what happens. I think it's gonna be. I don't know. Maybe you're gonna love me. Maybe you're gonna hate me, and we'll figure it out.
I would say it's a love-hate relationship, and I know you. Crackle
I'm sure
TV.
that's true.
Good luck.
Luke, where can everybody find you and follow you?
You can find me at Luke Nero. My businesses are Strut Orange County and Donkey_DS. Can I just say bravo to you guys for being put under a magnifying glass, because it's exactly where you've put yourselves. So I mean, it takes a lot of guts to do this shit. So congratulations, it's amazing. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it does. It takes a lot to like bare your skin and bone in front of that. So
Yes, I've seen all their bones.
Well, bones easy for them.
Darren.
You can catch me at 10 p.m. on the corner of Hope and Drunk Girl. No, you can catch me.
That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
No
I've seen
joking.
her there.
Okay, no, you can catch
This
me.
is not the Darren you see in episode 1, by the way. He's like,
You've seen episode 7.
And
It's
then
the
it's
one you
like-
see on 7.
No, you can catch me at Darren Tieste on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And MsBloom.com for the skincare brand. So do check it out, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And the show, well, it speaks for itself. It's truly a great ensemble cast, and we've just had the best time and friendships, and there's so much more to see. I mean, this is just a teeny weeny taste. So tune in. Crackle. 20th at 20th. Oh my God, soon. So soon.
It's so soon. Oh my God.
Take it away.
I'll take it away. Oh wait, are you gonna ask me the same question professionally?
Where can people find you and follow you?
Look, I did the thing.
Yeah, wrong side, sweetie. There you go. Glamour.
You know, this is for you guys. You can find me at Nick Masc on Instagram and everything else. I luckily stole all of that tagline. But I'm most excited for the fact that people get to see my side of the story. I was on X on the Beach and MTV, and I got little but no story.
That teddy bear was everything.
You know what? It was a very hot
The only moment he's ever been in the bear community, by the way.
Hey, I have some hair on my chest. Don't leave me out. Okay, but I'm just saying, it's great. It's a great avenue because, like you said, you've got to hear Murray's story. You're gonna get to hear the rest of his story in Men of West Hollywood. And it's the fact it's like, you know what? It takes two to tango. And you know what? Living in the same community and dating in the same community and being involved in the same friend group as somebody is very hard, especially if they're your ex, especially if you don't get a breath from them. We didn't get a break from each other, and we automatically had to enter into this like twilight zone of we've got to accept each other as workers and friends in the community, and it's like hella hard.
You know what? That's actually very true, and not to make light of that.
It's hard. It's
Yeah,
hard. It's fucking hard when you don't get a breath from your ex.
We think of like West Hollywood and LA, but it's a very small town.
Yeah, and the thing is like even if you're in your hometown, anybody who's out there in Milwaukee or Nebraska or whatever, it's the fact is like after a breakup, you need a break from your ex, and you don't get that whenever you live in West Hollywood. Whenever you're in the same career field of entertainment, you see each other at parties, at events, early screenings, everything. And the thing is that people don't understand, like when you're forced to smile when you're not smiling inside, it sucks.
Yeah. Well, just note there's always a bathroom you can sneak into and have a
Broke
moment.
my heart. Oh my God! On that note,
wah, wah, wah.
What a hard life.
Oh my God, my life is so hard. I'm
Anyway,
not crying.
It's so hard being Mrs. X Swanby.
You
Actually,
know
it probably
what?
is hard.
I have a lot of people to relate to.
many of them.
So it's fine.
At least
we
there's no
have a whole
joint-
support group.
There's no joint tax returns.
Cry me a river.
There actually is, and we have a dental plan too.
Look at these teeth.
He supports
Well, I
it.
know where
He
you got those
supports
teeth.
it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Date
a
him.
huge thank you to Crackle TV and their team for putting this episode together. Very excited to see them at Strut OC on January 28th. Also, huge thank you to NEFT Vodka who decided to stop by today.
Yay.
And I tell
Thank you.
the
Yes.
vodka is so delicious. I'm just like,
It's literally yes.
the barrel's gone.
Murray loves it.
I sure did. I've gone through all
A
of
big
it.
thank you to, of course, our listeners and our audience. I love your messages, good and bad. I listen. Also, Tony Sweet, our engineer, who also owns UBN, and our social media clip editor, Alexis Mendez, who is very straight. And he has to listen to all this and clip it all together. Please like, share, subscribe so we can continue bringing this for free every week. Coming up, we have the writer of Everybody's Talking About Jamie, which is, of course, the Amazon Prime.
So good.
The movie hit, and it was a big hit, and now it's opening in Amazon. Are any of you at the opening night?
No.
When is it?
It's on
I literally
Friday
am not.
at the Amundsen. They're having all the top influencers there.
On this Friday?
Yeah, I'll
I'm
be
sorry,
there.
we're so busy with our show.
We have a
release,
premiere,
but-
if you haven't heard, on the
Yeah,
20th,
it's like at 10, 11,
and then we have
whatever.
Donkey Days on the Friday.
Okay, anyway, well, I guess all the cool people are invited. Anyway, we have Tom McRae, who's visiting from England, who's going to be chatting with us about the show. Also, Roy Blaylock, a.k.a. Bianca Del Rio, will also be here chatting about his role in Everybody's Talking About Jamie. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay sexy, and God bless vodka.
Hell yeah.
This has been another episode of On the Rocks. Tweet me and slide into my DMs on Twitter and Instagram at On the Rocks On Air. Find everything On the Rocks for free at OnTheRocksRadioshow.com. Subscribe, like, review, and share. Until next week, stay fabulous.